yeah, I was like, initially he said it was going to be ready by the weekend before. Yeah. Then it was the Monday. Yeah, cool. So I'm not going to apply too much pressure. I'll just make sure it's ready on the Monday, innit? It's ready on the Monday. He sent it to me in the morning. I was like, cool, can we put it in shipping ASAP so it reaches here by Friday?
Yeah.
He was like, yeah. So he went, so he didn't do it Monday. Then on Tuesday, so I'm chasing him. And then on Tuesday afternoon / evening, he's like, oh yeah, he's there now, trying to do express DHL. But it's saying that it's going to come like, it's saying Tuesday. Yeah. No, sorry. Did he try to do it on a Monday?
No, he was meant to do it on the Monday.
He was meant to do it on a Monday.
And they said it normally takes 5 days, but no, they say 5 days,
yeah,
but it takes normally 3 days.
3 days, yeah.
So essentially, it would have got there before the wedding, but he didn't do it on Monday. So then Tuesday came. So now, even if it comes in, it's gonna be Wednesday. It's gonna be missed.
So imagine he's telling me this on Tuesday morning, yeah. So then I'm shouting him on Tuesday morning, like, cool, like, put it in there ASAP, because we know now, at least this way, it might still come by Saturday. I'll just go late. Do you get? And like the whole day Tuesday's passed and he hasn't done it. So I was like, do you know what it is? Before you then come and do it late, and I just know it's not gonna come. Like I said, bro, forget everything. Everything. Just send the bread back. He just sent the bread back. He even asked me, how much did he send back? I said, fam,
the whole thing.
Just send
how
the bread
much
back,
did he send back?
Like I've paid for clothes that essentially you can resell.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
And they probably will.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, and it's jarring because I made like a specific design as well. Let me even show you, look. Because I thought it was actually cold.
Hey.
Yeah. I like my brother still. For,
I like
actually.
So.
Yeah.
Like
you lost back. Yeah, it looks
but,
clean still.
But what he...
I remember what you said before, innit? Yeah.
The first thing, I was fuming.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do, though, I'm going to show you what I sent to him, not what he made, innit?
Yeah. But when he sent me the first thing, oh, you at my house?
Yeah, I was there.
When he sent it, I was like, fam. So much so, I remember I was getting so annoyed because I was thinking, I don't know how you're going to rescue this.
It's the colours, isn't it? The colours were mad off, innit?
It was the colours, but it's also how he's done it. So, obviously it was...
Zoom in to see that design and that.
Oh, yeah.
Clean.
Yeah. It's so funny because that circle thing, that's the...
It's a new kind of...
That's the staple now on the newer clothes. That.
But have you clocked with the Aguada that I'm not doing the thing where the top underneath shows? You didn't clock that, innit?
It's a button?
Yeah, it's a button.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So it's completely... It would have been a different style altogether.
What? Oh.
I love it though, still.
Yeah, about that. Bro, you know what it is I was saying? But I saw a couple old school bridges that about this clean still. And I was like, yeah, but it's because we don't have a chance to wear it. For things like that have a real but my dad, if he's going to a function, he's
gonna wear it, innit?
They can just slap it.
No, I
think you can slap it here, but I think really and truly, even the day that you lot wore it, so again, you lot baking like.
But it wasn't
obviously inside the venue. Inside the venue was calm.
I didn't wear it outside though.
I wore it when I parked up as well. So I maybe wore like 4 minutes away. Yeah,
who would wear Aguada while driving?
You know what's mad? Because when I got in the Wizzy, I was actually wearing it. I was thinking, even to put on the seatbelt, it's like I started sweating already.
I didn't wear that, but I didn't wear the top. I was in a singlet.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? The truth is, a lot of the time I want to do that, and then when I get to the place, then put on the top because it just otherwise it just gets wrinkled before you even get to the place, innit?
No man, I couldn't.
That's a hype as well sometimes, bro.
I couldn't still. I just said singlet all the way.
Top and bottom, I'm trying to do more. See, even like that, cool. Let me wait for them. I just want to do it more because it's like a suit, innit?
Yeah.
But Aguada is obviously more like
something. It's more occasion.
Yeah, it's more occasion. It's more elaborate.
It's like a 3-piece.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It actually is a 3-piece.
It is.
Literally.
Funny enough, it actually is still.
That with filler.
I
don't like wearing filler, because of my hair, fam. I'm never gonna wear it the whole time, and then like the top of my hair was always gonna go flat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But why though? Because the top might not.
No, you know,
touch.
it will just.
Yeah, top might not touch.
It will mess it up still.
But you know, like
even the around bit.
The truth is, for you as well, like they're supposed to be mad tight.
Yeah,
do you get? So it's like it's not supposed to be.
My one wasn't still.
Yours look calm though.
Yeah, but it wasn't. I had to. Basically, if I pulled it all the way down, it will cover my eyes. Do you get me?
Yeah.
It'll cover my eyes. It's not meant to be that.
You got the size up, basically.
You know what's so funny, So I don't remember.
I didn't want it.
I don't remember putting forward for a filler. I don't remember giving
didn't.
my size.
No, but
Yeah,
I think
didn't
when
either.
you pay for the material,
But it comes together.
No, but
it
they
was
must
with
have because they got my head size.
It must have just been like I don't know.
I was
just having
thinking
a
that.
look.
I don't remember.
'Cause I definitely didn't give
Because
my
I
size.
remember even
Yeah, I didn't give my size either. Maybe they just had bare different
Yeah.
sizes.
and then what I just guessed.
Based,
And
What's
then
so
when
funny
you
though,
shouted
what's-
them, they would just give you the size.
I'm not surprised here because there was one time for the girl's dad. Yeah. He saw me a couple like yesterday last year. And we were talking about like Afco. He said, "No, I know your size will be 21 and a half." And I was like, "Oh, no, it's not. It's not." He said, "No, I know." Fam, the guy called my dad over. I was like, "Bro." So I wouldn't be surprised if he just kind of be like, "No,
It's probably
this
this.
is
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
these
yeah.
lots."
And
It's
you know,
gonna be-
it's
it's gonna be that.
only like it's kind of like
There's a range.
There's a range, man. If your head is big,
Yeah,
then cool. It's
you
a
know
bit
it is.
further.
The-
But
the-
more
I
times
think-
within.
I
like,
think the
23s
range
and
for
that.
filler, yeah, it's either gonna be 21.
That's
21
small.
small.
21
Yeah.
small, innit?
It's gonna Someone got 21 and a half for mine.
I swear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's small.
That's
though.
small.
Someone got
that's what I'm
21 and a
thinking.
half. Someone got 21 and a half.
Yeah.
No, but 21 and a half is not small.
That person was
small,
a
bro.
Mine was
small person.
22.
Majority of mine were like 23s.
What I mean,
Yeah, but think about it. Mine was 22. 21 and a half. Someone can easily get, if mine is 22.
Oh, yours is 22. 21.
Mine is
Fair
22.
enough.
So my thing is
I
from
can't lie to you, bro. Like
21 to 25.
25 is big, though.
massive.
25 is big.
No, 25
That's
is
what I'm thinking.
massive.
25.
What's
25,
yours? 23.
23 and a half.
What's yours?
23 and a half.
And that's what a
24.
lot of the man were
24.
23 and a half.
24,
Yeah.
24. I think it's 21 to 24.
Yeah.
Yeah.
24. Someone can rock 24 though. I'm sure someone
Yeah,
wants.
yeah.
If you got 24, you probably got dreads or
I
something.
got 24.
Yeah.
I got 24 once, yeah, but it was just way too big. It's funny because even Vicky's one, yeah, I got 23 because she was like those ones they fit a bit bigger, innit? So I just
Yeah.
got 23 and it was fine. But then Aura's one, I got 23 and a half.
Yeah. Really, for the tight fit, I need to get 21 and a half.
I hear it.
For the loose one, 22. But to be fair, I was even happy anyway, man. I didn't want my head to start hurting bare. That.
But that's kind of part and parcel of it, though, innit? Because it's supposed to be tight.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
gillies, bro.
It's so funny.
Supposed
Yeah.
to- you're
One
supposed
thing
to
I find
fight.
it so funny is like, let's say like the uncles are wearing a bad and filler and they go up to pray or something or to make a speech. They'll take off their hat and they'll do their hand. I just find it so funny when they do that still.
Yeah, but all of them, man, they got low cuts, bro.
Yeah.
None of them got hair like that.
Hey.
It reminds me of, when like an army sergeant is going to make a speech and
Yeah,
they take off their hat
yeah.
and take off their hat.
See,
It's
all of
actually
that's dread. I
so
wouldn't wear
funny.
it in the first place. Do you get what I'm trying to say? If I
Yeah.
knew I would have to take it off,
Mine, yeah.
I won't wear it up until the point where I know I'm not gonna have to take it off afterwards.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Mine is calm, It doesn't, because like I said, you lot say it's high,
You got low cut. As
but
well.
it doesn't really touch depending on how low I bring
Mm.
it don't really touch the top of my head.
But even the sides, it misses it up and that. Do you
the
get?
sides, the sides.
Yeah,
But again, because my sides are normally
quite low.
low cuts,
Mm.
it don't really affect it. So when you take out and the line is here,
Mm.
like you can actually see the line is so low because of the thing. But I hear it,
Bro,
man.
even
No,
on my white wedding, bro. I mean, my trad, bro. I didn't want to like put it down.
Down,
Do
yeah,
you get what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Because it's just
yeah.
like, so if you see the pictures, it's kind of like, it's
Kinda.
on, yeah, but it's kind of not really on like
You just
that.
have
At
to
the same
firm
time.
it, man. You have to firm it sometimes, bro.
yeah. Even fam at the wedding, man. Shout out Amarachi
Oh, yeah,
and,
yeah.
and Niniola.
Yeah, for
See
real.
what I mean?
man.
Shout them
Shout
out,
them
man.
out, man.
Shut
for
them
real.
out still.
Yeah.
For real. It's always nice seeing people.
Ah,
Like, random places as
It's
well.
good. It's
still.
good, man. It's good still.
Random
Word.
places.
It's
You would have
good.
thought.
It's even, yeah, man. It's nice for people to just come out. Listen,
yeah,
this
the
one,
word.
more. I appreciate.
Word.
I appreciate. But the heat, yeah, fam. I'm not gonna lie. And I don't want to be one of them people. Like I hate being that person that's like, oh god, the heat. Like it's cold. You complain about cold. It's heat. Complain about heat. Listen, I love heat, by the way. Just UK heat.
Heat, the atmosphere is just,
I don't-
it's just better.
The
You don't like
atmosphere-
UK heat?
I don't like UK heat.
Sure.
I,
Today
you-
is today's
no,
alright.
today's calm. Today's calm.
Today's,
Today's calm. Yesterday,
Oh, I was out yesterday.
oh,
I don't think I was out yesterday.
Depends where you are.
I was more indoors yesterday.
yesterday
Oh, is it?
You
No.
got 33.
was
Is
crazy
it?
still. Yesterday was.
I was
crazy.
out at one point. Do you know what it is as well? It was annoying because I was chatting to someone, just outside like, the house or whatever, and like they kept me there for a while, and I was like, "Yo, it's
Bro.
flipping hot and I'm not standing in shade." Do
Yeah,
you get what I'm trying to say?
yeah.
So I was just like, after a while, I was just like, "Yeah, anyway,
No,
see you later."
yesterday's heat was,
Mm.
and again, it's just UK heat. I've clocked it. It's
Yeah.
too. I feel like you can't breathe.
Yeah,
It's
no, I heard it.
too raw. But you're right though.
So
the
it is,
vibe
so it is.
the
I
vibe
can't,
is better.
yeah, you just got to firm it.
The vibe is better.
The thing is as well, yeah, it's just like now it's like stuff like I'll take fans or whatever it is or AC or whatever. Obviously,
Yeah.
you can't be taking fans everywhere and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff in it. But at the end of the day, bro, like one thing that annoys me is that if we're in the house, fam, close the flipping blinds.
Oh yeah.
Open the window,
'Cause it
but
gets
close the
bare
blinds.
hot.
Yeah.
If you allow direct sunlight to hit
It's gonna be
the surfaces in your house, it's gonna
Yeah, it's gonna be
bro.
peak still.
Yeah.
Nah, it's
Thing
gonna
about blinds, thing about
bro, it's gonna
I hate
cook
you,
that
but
room.
Thing about the blinds though, bro, sometimes that it stops if there's a breeze, yeah,
Nah, I hear it,
will
but there's
stop
a
the
way to
breeze
do
from
it.
coming in.
So that's the thing. So one thing, and this is like the attention to detail that I might do, but I don't think everyone does yet. But even when I close blinds, by the way, I close them upwards so you can't see into the house.
Yeah. I remember my blinds guy. He came and he's the one that said
Told
it.
you that. Yeah, fairs. And
he
then,
said it still. He said
so-
look upwards.
so
he said
when
leave
it's-
it down. People can when they come
you
in the
get-
window, they can look.
so I'll do the same thing, but then I'll leave it slightly open. But then at least that way the sunlight isn't coming straight into the house like that.
yeah.
You get. So yeah, there's ways around it. There's ways around it. Still.
Yeah, it's still.
Yeah, but the vibes are up, bro.
Yeah,
I just
vibes
want to get in the car. I just want to play music.
Nah,
Fam,
I hear
if you saw me before, I was blasting
Fam,
music. Fam.
remember when I pulled up?
Oh yeah, bro. I was blasting it, fam. What?
Fam, I'm not gonna lie. What in the car now? I was lying. My seat was reclined, bro. What my seat was reclined all the way back.
Hey, one thing about the sun, yeah, is that as much as it gives energy, it also makes you tired as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
Garrow.
yeah,
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't know what it is, bro. It does both.
Gara.
I ain't gonna lie. Because even now, so this weekend, yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I've been out every day.
Yeah.
I've been out every day. I've
So
been out
what you
every
going
day.
to?
Spot normally go with Prime.
Oh, first.
Oh, fairs.
Yeah.
First.
Went late though.
What was it?
Went late.
Was
like,
this you
literally. Nah, so
So you like snakes, bro.
no, it was his basically it was his brethren's.
Yeah.
Bridge came.
To be fair, I wasn't about.
And to be fair, Eddie came later still.
That's what I was getting, because family, you know him and Eddie went there.
Eddie
Oh,
came,
is it?
Yeah, him and Eddie went there one,
yeah,
was it
they-
last bank holiday?
bro, I don't imagine I've seen them the next day. I've seen no, it was the day was when we linked up with Eddie to
Oh,
record.
yeah. No, yeah, that's bank holiday.
Oh.
So the day before they had gone, I
Yeah.
think.
No, after.
Or after.
Yeah, you went after.
Yeah. They went. I was like, bro, what do you all go? He said, yeah, man. They were just chatting. They were like, let's go. I said, you are serious still. Yeah, chatting.
Trying to up the vibe.
Yeah, up the vibe.
I hear it, man.
But yeah, they went there yesterday. It was good though.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. But it was
I've never been there.
Rammed.
Yeah,
silly.
I can imagine.
still.
It was
Everyone's trying to be out.
no. When I say I've never seen it that way.
Is it?
Swear.
Silly.
Is it?
But it's a
Silly.
thing though, isn't it? Do you get-
Yeah.
especially with like the wind and everything.
Even
like that.
even trying to, obviously trying to get a couple people in.
It's
Myth.
Bro.
It's so funny because I
They,
can't remember.
they
the
locked
last-
outside. They're like, listen, people wanted to rush the door,
I actually
Swear.
hate that
so they
stuff.
said, yeah, it was done.
I actually hate that stuff still.
I was done.
You know what gets on? Like it gets on us so much. Yeah, when people are doing the rushing the door thing, it's like they're excited about it.
Yeah.
So I'm just hearing, it's like, what's he doing?
Yeah.
Like
I
why?
can't lie,
Like what
fam.
is this?
If you're outside, yeah, and you're in a situation where you, like they're trying to say not to get in or whatever, like, you hear people rushing the door, like it's actually quite lit.
What are you talking about?
It's actually that.
It's damn not, man.
No,
my
alright,
thing
cool.
is-
Obviously, it's not lit in it, obviously, because people can get injured and all that kind of stuff. So obviously, from that perspective, it's not lit in it. But from the perspective of, it's just I don't know. I get the adrenaline rush sometimes.
I
innit?
say when you're inside or you're outside. trying
I'm
to get
saying,
in.
I'm saying if I like when I was younger, because now I'll just leave. I'll just go home. innit?
Yeah.
But it's like, and I probably wouldn't even be in that situation in the first place, if I'm being honest. But yeah, when I was younger, if it was like, oh, like they're not trying to let people in. Hey,
Oh my
you
goodness.
whack.
But I was saying, it's been in them situations with your missus. It's just,
Oh, I would,
bro.
immediately
We're
they
going
say they're
home.
at capacity. We're going
Yeah,
home.
we're
going
going
home
for
still.
that. Listen,
Immediately.
There's not even any. It's
Do you know
like,
what it is?
No,
Even
sure.
if it's like the line is bare slow and all
Yeah,
that kind of
yeah,
stuff, like we're just not being out here exposed
Yeah,
for that
bro.
long.
Yeah.
Nah, it's
there
dead.
needs to be a pattern. If the pattern
Dead.
is there's no. Yeah, we're going.
Bro,
Yeah,
Let's go, man.
You know, it's we're too fast to pattern things there sometimes. I remember, again, I've said the story before, but when me and my missus went away, and we've gone for her birthday,
Oh,
and then our thing was delayed.
Mm.
So our flight got cancelled, actually. So that night, I thought, like, all right, cool, they're putting people in hotels. So I was like, all right, cool, let me make sure. My missus said something, not one of them sneaky comments, but like, oh, like, what we're gonna do? Kind of, wasn't what we're gonna do, but basically, it was a comment
That
that would
triggered you,
suggest
yeah.
to be like,
Try
oh,
and
we
do
need to
something, yeah.
pattern this.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, cool. So I was the first one to chat to the people, say, all right, where should we go? Boom, boom, boom. All right, let's go here. Da, da, da. So I've gone to the room. So let's say out of the whole flight, I'm one of the first like 10 people
Mm.
to speak to them and pattern the room.
Ended up getting a
Yeah.
meaty pattern.
Bro, the next day, yeah, obviously you're linking up with people on your flight now. You're like, oh, yeah, where were you? Bro, where they sent, yeah, us, yeah, it was like, you know, every area has like its downtown. Bro, bare stray cats. It was brazy.
You know when that stuff happens, yeah, like I actually, like I get annoyed because, so for example, I'm the one that will be like to my missus, like, yo, like let's go.
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah,
what I'm trying to
yeah.
say, innit? And like even like when you talk about airports and stuff like that, there's been times where it's like you go through, and I'm moving quick because I want to get through security quick, and I don't want to be waiting in those long lines, innit, bro. So man's getting there quick or whatever it is, yeah. Then all of a sudden they just open up another lane. Now I'm linking everyone that was way behind me, like, and I'm just like, you lot are annoying, man. And then the thing is, my missus will definitely be like, see, do you know what I'm saying? You'll Garrett make a joke,
Bro, what? I made sure I was hanging on to that. I told her, because when I chat to other people now, they stayed where we actually booked to be on holiday. Bro, 5-star resort. 5-star resort, no kids. And then I got another 3. I couldn't believe it. I was fuming,
mate.
I was fuming still, but all right, man. That's what I'm saying. You're too quick to pattern these things.
Yeah,
Sometimes you have to calm down.
I hear it. You have
Nah,
to
I hear it.
assess.
But my thing is,
calm
like,
down and assess.
if I'm going to an event nowadays, like, there's obviously going to be spots that it's not someone that I know that's running it or whatever, but more time I'm either invited to that place or the person or someone I know owns that place or something. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not going to...
Iman's been saying this for 10 years. I'll never forget. Iman's been saying, listen, he's not going to that place no more. If it's not a direct pattern,
yeah,
or if it's not an invite, like direct invite thing, I'm not going still.
And that's obviously like anything other than like brunch, restaurants, all that kind of stuff in it. Like, let's be raw in it. But it's like, it's just it's
funny,
palaver, bro.
like, I remember
like just don't need it.
So I can't remember the last time. This is a separate point, but I can't remember the last time like going out around the bank holiday weekends. Because obviously before, bank holidays getting off. Do you know what I mean? Like we're going somewhere. We have to go somewhere.
More
bro,
time
the past
would be the
couple
football thing.
I just ain't really.
Do you know when we were younger, Box Park showed it.
Yeah.
Because this was Croydon weren't about then. And I think Wembley might have just.
Shoreditch used to be crazy.
But it's because it was the only one.
Yeah, I remember we were talking about that.
Because it was the only one, bro. In and of itself, that was the alright, cool.
You just go. Everyone is there. You're just going.
Yeah, but fam, you go there. There's music, there's drink, there was food. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So
there was babes.
Yeah, it was babes.
You weren't always married, didn't it?
You weren't always married. You weren't always married.
But no, I'm just saying, isn't it? Like at the time,
one thing that's funny as well is that at the wedding, seeing like the young boys in action, I can see them. What? They're looking at all the different babies. I can see them in action. I said, wow.
Which ones? Because where them I got babes? I'm guessing. Why did they was nasty?
They shot them off though.
I got to a couple of them though, because like, bro, we're in the wedding or whatever, yeah, and like you're looking at the stories that you've posted of the wedding.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, you look like enjoy yourself, man. Like, what's going on with you, look like? And then they was like, they loved you. One of them even came back up to me, he's like, oh no, I'm so pissed, like, because I haven't been on my phone the whole time. And as soon as I got on the phone, I said, you saw it.
Even me, I was annoyed here, bro. What, like 3 of them came here, bro. When they saw me, they gave me such a warm, like, running up to me saying, I said, oh, yeah. Coming back here singing North London Forever. I was actually going to slow because when they ran up to me, you would think that it was like, bro, what? I was like, bro, why have you not planned to do this?
No, there was one interaction that was actually flipping jokes. Do you remember the one in the dance floor?
Oh.
What?
It's too silly still.
Mix up, bro.
About what? But yeah, seeing some of the young boys, I said, yeah, man. Because weddings, bro, try this.
Have it, man. Go ahead.
The funny thing is,
you have to go there and enjoy yourself.
And this ain't no shade, but
I have the desire.
We're saying.
I'll be there 5 minutes, man.
It's funny because we're saying young boys, but I was thinking about this the other day. I was thinking, a lot of these young boys are like 28 plus, bro.
You know it is.
They're not young.
You're right, still. When I say, yeah. But to be fair, when I'm referring to the lot I saw, they weren't, young. They were like,
okay.
Just
even younger.
Actually, even
they were
younger.
there, they were younger. Well, they looked younger. Younger. I'm assuming they were like, just considerably younger. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, the ones that were around that, they're not kids still.
Yeah.
It's funny, I even saw one of my guys yesterday. He was like, yo, big bro, what you telling me? Hey, but you didn't invite me to the wedding. I said, fam, you didn't invite me to the wedding, bro. I pulled him aside and said, bro, when's yours?
Yeah.
I was like, when's yours, bro?
Aye,
I
word.
was like, bro, what's happening? What? Fam, you stood up straight. So I was like,
change.
oh,
Fam,
yeah,
man.
that is good. I said, fam, that,
I know, man.
bro, that wasn't gonna happen. He started to change his tune.
Yeah.
Initially, he was like, Stu, man, see, I'm gonna lock it this year.
Yeah.
That was like, oh, what? So wedding next year, yeah? So it was like, I'm gonna lock it next year, and then it was actually funny still.
Aye, but it's a rule. Do you know what it is as well? Yeah, like one of the things I'm advocating for, obviously, is like get married when you're younger, innit? But at the same
Get
time,
married when you're younger. What do you mean that? What's younger?
younger like 28 for me, bro. Like, I still want people to get. But forever, I feel like everyone's getting married like 30 plus nowadays, bro. But I feel like I'd want people ideally to even get married before 28. So like 26. 26 growing up was the 25 was the actual
my thing
ideal when we was growing up. As in everyone was getting married at 25. Yeah. Then as we started getting older, people were getting married later and later.
I'm trying to think, is that also my vibe? Get married 25.
At the time, I didn't think about it.
I don't think now we're to
kind
get
of what
married
was
at 25
happening.
because the people at 25 now, for me, you're just not ready for marriage. Do you get what I'm trying to say? If I'm being real, just like I know that's a sweeping generalization, yeah, but I think like there's obviously going to be exceptions to the rule in it, but the wandering eye, the unseriousness, the indecisiveness, the ambition, and the pressure. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like all of these different things, and there's obviously other factors as well. Those are just the things I can think of like right now, yeah. But all of these different things just make getting married at like 25, 26 like such a daunting task for people. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like,
I do hear it. It definitely is bare daunting still.
And think about like even at the ages that we've got married and that, like, cool, we've had a bit more experience or whatever it is, yeah. So then, like, you've built relationships and you've now got connections. You've got other people that got married before you as well, so you can find out the pattern from them, and then you can also there's just relationships that you've built over time that you can call in favors if you need to, or get a good pattern on something and all that kind of stuff. When you're younger, you got less of that. You got to rely on your parents, whatever it is, and all that kind of stuff, and their network and all that. Is actually jokes.
That's so funny still.
But yeah, so like, so it's just
you know, it reminds me of my man. You look at it.
It's intense,
bro. I said hello.
But you know, I do hear you about the age now, it being completely different than back in the day, innit? Because of those sorts of factors. Especially the daunting thing. The daunting thing is peak because it seems like it is a massive thing, innit? But it's more like the things around it that make it massive as opposed to actually being married.
I think like, so that there's only, like, in my head anyway, two practical ways of like addressing that. Yeah, I think one is obviously reducing the expectation in terms of having big weddings, all that kind of stuff, and making that more the mainstream opinion sort of thing. Yeah. Then number two is like ownership. So when we talk about community and all that kind of stuff, and I hate to sound like Dr. Uma and them, man, but ownership and all that kind of stuff means that we can get these things done at a cheaper rate and we're not just getting exploited by people who just invested into into this industry and X, Y, Z. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. We be saying that for time. I can't remember at what point, but the conversation around like someone needs to get a venue. It's like we need a foot in. The venue.
Fair, one of the aunties has got
one. Someone's got one.
One of the aunties has got a venue.
Oh,
to be fair.
yeah.
To be fair, I've got a brethren that's got another
enough.
venue as well. To be fair, like more around my side. But the thing is, again, size, location as well. Do you get what to say? That plays a part as well.
And
you have to start
the grandeur.
That's the thing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's another.
That's
and
another
one of the
thing.
things I've seen about like most weddings more recently is, like, I'm thinking, right, like this place is actually nice. Like, you lot aren't really like, you're not. No one's like holding the pennies back, if you get what I'm trying to say, which again,
man,
like it just perpetuates
what's mad as well is, you know, obviously what's mad as well, having done a wedding now, when going to a wedding, so I've been to two since. In my head, I'm just doing like, okay, maths, alright, cool. So this will probably.
Bro, that must be jarring.
Centerpiece on every table.
But
do you know what I mean? Little things like that.
Not only that, but I've also gone to view all of the venues. So I know the price. Do you get me?
But then the prices go up as well.
And that's
the price go up every year.
The prices go up every year. So I knew the price then, and I know certain venues. I know what they're doing. So I know certain venues. It's like, all right, this is Monday to Thursday. This is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I know other venues that say, hey, you can't get any decor or cutlery outside. Everything is in the house.
That's my thing. So
Do you know what I
even
mean?
nowadays, it's kind of like, do you remember that meme back in the day, where that lady, she's gone to Chipotle or whatever with the guy, and then she was like, she would just get like a burger with fries, whatever. And he was like, like, add some size, whatever. And she turned around, looked at him, you got money. So it's like, so that thing of, you got money, is the feeling I get when it's like, your wedding's on a Saturday. And it's at this venue.
You know, so funny.
I'm like, okay.
You know, so funny.
Saturday certain venues.
You know, so funny. I was saying it to my missus. I was like, I don't think I've been to a Saturday trad.
It's been a while. You know? It's been a while. Yeah.
Yeah. No, remember, Shrek. I I don't know why I said
was that Saturday?
Yeah, bro. And think about
that,
bro.
Yeah, that was.
You know, he was
stupid,
bro.
bro.
Yeah, he was saying from before that his dad is brother.
You're right, but then again, that was a year ago.
So, bro.
Yeah. No,
bro,
I'm saying
like 3 years ago. Do you know what the price of that place was, bro?
No, not price wise. I'm saying in terms of I haven't been one for a while.
Oh, fair.
Because since I've been to. Okay,
bleep out the name though, innit?
Yeah. Only 3, to be fair. Only 3. But yeah, you're right. To be fair, But again, so let me never say before that, because that's how I know to pull up something else that I've been to on the Saturday. But what I'm saying is that it's more and more common for it not to be on Saturday.
Yeah. And what's funny is at work now, if I'm like, oh yeah, I'm taking a day for a wedding. Like, oh, what, on a Thursday or something like that? They're quite shocked. Because obviously they're very far removed from what's going on now, innit? And I'm like, brother, you could say an extra like 3K or something.
What someone that I'll never forget, obviously, and we went there, someone done their wedding on a Thursday, but it was bank holiday. Do you know what I mean? No.
Oh, so like a Good Friday kind of vibe.
Good, that was it. So they done it, and it was that weekend that it was that thingy. So they done it on Thursday. So they've got a Thursday price with a weekend feeling.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what?
Fair enough.
It makes so much sense.
This makes so much sense.
Yeah. But at the same time, does it?
It does
still. You still got to take the day off on a Thursday, innit?
Well,
and also Good Friday, fam. Like,
well, yeah, but they done it on Thursday. They didn't do it on the Friday.
Yeah, I know, but it's like everyone's gonna be hanging like for obviously not hanging like obviously behaving. Obviously, you like acting like, bro. You like acting like everyone's like. Do you get what I'm saying, on the same path? To get
fair enough.
That's why for mine, I was so key that I want it on a Friday. Because
you know that's supposed to be Friday.
You know that's my general belief. In general,
it's sick to throw it on a Friday because then you still have your whole
weekend. And that's my general mantra in life. Is that I want events on Friday. So that Saturday I can do what I want.
What did we did ours on a Wednesday. Our tried was on a Wednesday. Yeah, we wanted a Friday, but they had like a regular thing that goes on there all the time, innit? So like they'll ask them, but then they couldn't do it.
Yeah. What? Fam, all this shit stuff anyway. We're done now anyway.
This is it, man.
We're done.
This is it.
You don't know married. Get married quick still. Actually, guessing, man. Get married.
Obviously, like get married.
Get married though.
Marry right, innit?
Marry right. Bro, listen, like I said, when I chat to the man them again just last week, bro, I'm always like, listen, like, what's going on?
Do you know what it is? I'm skeptical of giving the wrong advice as well, though.
Do you know what it is?
Because there's only so much of you that I'm exposed to.
Yeah, but you know what it is? My thing ain't like get married, but it's like, so
what are you actually doing? Yeah.
What's your thinking in it?
Yeah, I know, but even
what's your actual thinking here?
But the thing is, one thing about me is I don't need to walk away from a conversation, not knowing what I think if I'm having that conversation with you. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So the reason I'm having that conversation with you is because I'm basically telling you, and just in case I've said it in such an abstract way because of the way that we talk colloquially, like I will then reaffirm at the end, bro, like, so you don't need to, do you know what I mean, get married, like, you should be moving towards marriage, like, soon, like, do you get what I'm saying? You don't want to be getting old and then trying to, like, rear kids and X, Y, Z. So I'll reaffirm that at the end, innit? But then my thing is that at the same time, whilst I do believe that, and I believe that's part of our purpose, I feel like, you know when you just hear, like, some rubbish, and I don't even want to hear it. More time nowadays, fam. When this stuff comes about and all that kind of stuff, I'm just like, I actually just wish you didn't tell me, or I'm agnostic to it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. But it's like, how you interact with me is completely different with how you interact with other people.
Of course.
Exactly.
But that's why my thing is normally, it's not necessarily get married, but it's like, where is your mind? Is that something you're actively thinking about? Or are you coasting? Yeah. Because the only thing I don't want you to do is coast.
But my thing is like, no, get married. Like, and then essentially, that's not the end of it, by the way. It's like work towards it. So this is where you need to be at as well. Do you get what I'm saying?
Get married, that's not what I'm telling you, but you know what happened yesterday, bro.
I'll be like, fam, you need to pattern up, bro. Do you know what it is as well? Like, in this day and age, there's not enough like clear-cut voices, bro. Like, that are telling you the stuff that our parents were telling us when they were younger. There was no political correctness.
Yeah, but that because
even our parents are starting to become a bit more politically correct, and it's kind of jarring me a little bit. It's kind of like, I need someone that
we can't chat like our parents because respectfully, people like.
They'll record the call or the conversation and put it on social media. Listen. Start dancing to it and he's like, oh, look at the voice that Big Bro sent me.
Did I not send you you heard it, innit? The voice note, the prophecy,
Yeah. He said that. I think I heard it before or whatever. I can't remember actually. But I think it was like about I see you with someone else.
We didn't clip that, did we?
No, we didn't.
No, we need to still. We need to clip that one still.
It was the before it.
Because I was thinking, fam, someone came up to me and actually asked about that, and we were talking about it, and they were saying, "Oh, that, what do I have to do?" But yeah, it was funny. But yeah, we'll run that one back still.
So you mean to tell me you made it this far in the pod, you haven't liked, you haven't shared, you haven't commented or subscribed yet? As a matter of fact, pause it right now. Like, share, subscribe. Enjoy the episode.
And you're listening to the Bible Babes and Banter podcast with myself, Shea.
Myself, E-Man.
It's your boy, Big Head, not from there. Yeah, me.
And as always, man, we've got to just...
Do you know what it is? Before we start, actually, like, we could take this out in it, but it's like, there was something I wanted to address, quickly, and not even trying to move mad or anything like that, innit? But, you know me, like, I just like to nip things in the bud from early, innit? But, basically, I feel like when you see me and E-Man,
I knew it. Whatever, man.
You should be addressing us as like champs.
All right, and I
you get
Red Army.
Red Army. You need to be like, yo, champ, like, what's good, champ?
You know what it is?
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. You know what it is, yeah?
Champions. Hey, what was it? Heavyweight champions. So I'm feel. I'm very feel.
You know what it is?
Heavyweight champions.
You're right, man. You know, we should discuss more about Arsenal.
Yeah.
When we're here, man. So I thought, you know what, actually, why can't the game be centered around Arsenal? Do you know what I mean? Like,
why not?
Well, I thought,
let's have it.
we've got 2 Arsenal fans here.
Let's have it.
Childhood Arsenal fans, yeah.
Yeah,
you know,
of course.
Born into it. Yeah.
My blood bleeds red, innit?
So, you know, I thought, let's continue the game we've been playing over the past couple of weeks. Right?
How many?
The how many can you name? So just for those who might be listening, they haven't listened
you
in a
better
while.
be involved as well, by the way.
Nah.
Trying to pit Arsenal against Arsenal.
No, bro, it's not pitting, bro. It's not pitting. This is just a friendly wager. What I'm going to do, I'm going to say a topic. Once I say that topic, Hen and E-Man are going to challenge each other to say how many of that thing they can name, right? So, for example, if I say, how many fruits can you name? Hen might say 5. E-Man might say 8. If Hen doesn't think he can name 8, he'll tell E-Man, go ahead and name 8. E-Man has to name the 8. And if he can't name 8 in a certain time, Hen gets the point.
It's the certain time that does it, to be fair.
Yeah. So, we're going to do this game Arsenal edition. Arsenal.
So funny, I'm trying to run through what...
Arsenal.
I think we should call it Champions Edition, really.
So, what we're going to do...
It's very timely, innit?
Is my first question is... Oh, not question, topic. Is Arsenal players past and present. Hen.
It's interesting still. Yeah, we could actually
Past and present.
Past and present.
20?
24.
30?
35.
Do your 35. Because in how long?
Nah.
In how long?
Oh, you're fair.
Well, we always time it.
I didn't say that, to be fair. Actually, I'm not going to...
Let's time the other man.
Let's time it. No, okay. By the way, just so you can rebuttal, I'm going to give it 2 minutes.
Okay.
35 with 2
35 is a lot still.
You're still gonna
35 is a lot.
You're gonna be saying bare names that you've said already and all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
let's go.
So 35, you sure?
I'll leave.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna go. But you be thinking about the keep track as well about the names.
Because I can actually do. To be fair, should I just do 40?
No, it's too late.
Yeah, it's true. You give it to. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Adebayo, Clichy, Ebue, David Seaman, Manya Almunia, Jens Lehmann, Martinelli, Saka, Gabriel, William Gallas, Pascal Sigon, Alexander Hileb, Thierry Henry, Sylvain Wiltord, Freddie Ljungberg, Saliba, Frick, Frack. Oh my god, I've gone blank.
You're 16.
Freaking hell.
Yeah.
Still got a minute 30.
Aubameyang, Lacazette, Ozil, Alexis Sanchez, Matteo Flamini, David Raya, Calafiori, Hincapié, Timber, Trossard, Norgard, Diaby, Gilberto Silva.
You're on 29?
Oh, frick, one more. Max Diamond.
6 more.
No,
5 more.
5 more.
Oh, it's 35. Frick.
Still got 50 seconds.
Lewis Skelly, Ethan Wanyeri, J. Emmanuel Thomas, Emmanuel Frimpong.
Stay there, trying to get Frimpong.
No, yeah, just one more.
Freaking no, Marianne Chapman.
Well done, man.
Yeah, that's why
With 38 seconds.
You know, so jokes though. You know, I'm
That's
trying to go
quite
through
easy.
errors.
That's
but I'm
exactly.
like,
I don't know why.
You was out there
Nah,
saying,
it
"Oh,
is.
yeah,
That's why I said I could do 40 in it, but you lot said,
nah.
nah, it's too late.
Nah, man, well
It's
done,
too
man.
late.
You got the point, man.
Cheers, mate.
By the way, I thought you should. If you had done present team first.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But you know,
Yeah.
it was just.
Yeah. Nah, well done, bro, man.
No,
Nice.
well done.
Big up the Arsenal on that. You get it?
That'd be Arsenal.
Well done, man. Well done. Do you think you could have gone? What's the match you think you could have gone for?
I think 50, you know.
Maybe, yeah, 50, 60.
What? In 2 minutes?
In 2 minutes, yeah.
Ooh, in 2
50
minutes, I
in
don't know,
2 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what it is? You know certain things not by remembering it. Even speed of names.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
It's not even about that. It's just,
100%.
fam, you start saying J Manuel top, bro. That's already like 2 seconds.
Nah, I hear it. I hear
Fam,
it.
because what? That means you will be.
Because the thing I would be thinking
You would have
about,
structured it,
so
innit?
I would have done 3 teams is the current team, the team where it was Ozil, Sanchez, Santi, Cazorla.
Yeah.
You didn't say Cazorla.
Yeah, there's a Cazorla.
And then the Invincibles.
Mhm.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that's 33 players
Yeah.
straight away. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Then it's like all of the academy prospects and all that kind of stuff that I can name now. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And then there's all of the not cult heroes, but people that we know for wrong reasons, so like the Mustafis, Socrates, all of them, lot, and all that kind of stuff. Do you get what I'm
I'm
trying to say?
trying to delete them.
Zelalem, do you get what I'm trying to say?
Oh, yeah.
Rio Miyachi, all of them, lot. Do you get what I'm trying to say? All of the people that we
Who's the
know.
last one you said?
Rio
Miyachi.
Miyachi.
So the Japanese.
Ah, yeah,
Ronaldo.
yeah, yeah.
Japanese Ronaldo, bro. He was
Fam, he
mad.
did so do
Fam, Zelalem was supposed to be
Yeah, he's
mad
supposed
as
to be
well,
peak,
bro. And then
yeah.
again, sod all sort of thing. And then and then even like Ali Adi years and all that. Do you know what I mean? When I was,
I
and
actually
then,
think his name was cold.
you know,
Yeah,
you said
yeah.
you said Kleb, yeah.
Yeah,
You never
yeah.
said Nasri. You never
Yeah,
said
yeah,
what's this other guy's name now? I forgot now.
You
You never said Fabregas.
Yeah, I
Yeah, he
did.
didn't. Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? So like again, there was when you said the man
You said
Adebayor,
Gilberto-
I
you
thought he was
said
gonna
Gilberto
say
Silva?
he
Yeah,
did.
Silva.
I thought he was gonna say Fabregas
Going
after
down
he
that
said
the Emirates.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Whatever.
Yeah, well done. Well done for the
Cheers.
point.
Never said Eduardo
First.
So
or Edu because
Next-
you know there's Eduardo and there's Edu.
the next topic is nationalities that play for Arsenal. Yeah.
Oh, fam.
Past and present. Yeah. Also, bear in mind in your time, if you say nationality, I'm going to ask you the player. So no one should say
Yeah.
anything random. Like, oh, yeah. So, E-Man. Now, don't start thinking. Don't start thinking. I saw you counting your hand. Don't start thinking. E-Man, how many?
5.
5?
I could do 10.
10?
Go on.
Oh, come on. Nationality
Aye,
past and present.
Trust me, nationalities is not, it's not that easy.
It's not that easy because
bare
a
people
French
are-
person, there could be like 35
There's,
French people.
there's actually like 50 French
Yeah,
people.
yeah, but
right
still
now.
though. 10.
My days.
Past and present.
No, and there's bare French speaking Africans that are France because that's the actual
Yeah, yeah,
nationality
they're
that
France,
they play
yeah.
for. Do you get?
10. All right, cool. Do I need to time this?
No, not really.
All right, go
Why?
ahead.
Time it.
I don't need to, bro. He's gonna.
Why?
Fam, it's
So how
just-
long are you gonna give me? 30 seconds.
I was even gonna give a minute, but yeah, you're right. It should be shorter.
Cool.
Um,
I'm not gonna name players for the obvious.
I'll give you
ones.
30 seconds.
Cool.
All right, cool. 3, 2, 1, go ahead.
English, France, Brazil, Italy, Spain, Ivory Coast, Ghana. Italy, Spain, Ivory Coast, Ghana. Chat. I
Three
said
more.
France.
3 more. 10 seconds.
Damn. Swiss. Russia. And
5 seconds. 3 seconds.
Stop.
Damn.
Poland.
Techie, man.
Poland.
It was gone, man.
I said it last minute. I said it last
It
minute.
was gone.
Germany. I forgot to say Germany.
Did you say Norway? You didn't say
Germany.
Norway.
I didn't say Germany. No, I didn't say Norway. I forgot to say Germany. But see, it's
not-
not
it's not easy.
it's not easy still.
I
But the thing
I guess
is,
timer. I think timer the thing that adds to it though.
to be fair,
Yeah.
you're gonna give me a minute,
And
and me that
performance.
should change
Yeah,
myself.
yeah. Don't change yourself. Don't people say, "Oh, sorry, say it for yourself."
Sorry for myself.
Say it for yourself, Jerry. Alright, cool. Last one. This one.
How
This,
can I go Poland?
I think this one
Think
is
about Chesney.
pretty. I think this one's there'll be less of these, but kit sponsors.
Kit sponsors.
Kit
It's not
sponsors,
bad, though.
nah.
Okay,
that one is-
kit, sleeve, and stadium sponsors.
I don't know.
Nah,
Steve,
trust
Stadium
me,
sponsors.
it's not what it's. We're not like Man United because we've had Fly Emirates for so
Time.
long, and then
Fair
before
enough.
that,
There's a few others.
it was
JVC
it's
was
not
the
that many.
O2.
It's not that many. You lot have had like Bear in the last
Yeah,
however
yeah,
long,
yeah.
Snapshot, Team Viewer, all of that stuff. Like
Yeah,
we don't do all of that still. We're more stable.
Yeah. No, bricks.
revenue say different. Right?
I mean,
we're
oh,
rich
actually,
club,
no, we got.
Yeah, we're rich.
You talk about.
Rich.
You said the wrong thing, mate.
Leaking roof.
No,
Said the wrong thing. You need to check. You need to check.
Fix your roof, bro.
You need to
No.
check
No,
the stats, mate.
no, check it.
Because we're a richer club right now.
I'll take it. You're not still.
We are.
Okay.
We are.
You're not still.
We actually make more revenue than
Yeah, so-
we did last year, and we're projected to make the most actually in the world
Revenue, innit?
next year. So
Obviously,
it's-
revenue, take away
do you know what I mean?
deductions. Take away
We're about to be the
deductions.
richest club in the world, mate.
Take
So
away deductions.
shut.
You need
Do you know what I
deductions
mean?
and assets.
Aye, cry more.
You
You don't like that,
I will not cry in Jesus. I will not cry in Jesus' name.
bro.
Fam, why you
listen.
start saying that in a
Aye,
Christian
we'll
podcast, bro?
mourn with who.
Why you start saying
mourns.
crying on a
We'll
Christian?
mourn
Telling me
with
I'm going
those
to cry on a
who
Christian
mourn.
podcast, bro.
We will mourn
So I
with
mean about
those
people.
who
Start
mourn.
losing them, so.
This is
I'm
it.
on, so you're,
The problem is,
you're saying I'm going to
what
mourn.
year of little faith?
You're saying I'm
Because
mourning.
listen, because
Oh,
yes,
God forbid.
you're mourning the loss.
Go for it. I will
You're
never
mourning the
mourn
loss.
loss in Jesus' name.
You're mourning the loss
I will
of the Premier League.
I will never mourn loss.
You
in
didn't win the
Jesus'
Premier
name.
League, so you're mourning that loss.
My God, I'm God of victory.
That's
Me,
exactly what it
mourning
is.
loss.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly,
God.
and that's and
I
that
can't
brings me
believe-
to
I can't believe.
that brings us to
my brother in
let
Christ. is
it
saying
all work out.
Hey.
Brother in Christ.
Let it all work out.
That's what
Hey.
it's saying it all
Let
work
it
out.
all work out.
Let's start singing. Let's start singing hymns. Let's start singing hymns. You don't know the words. I'll say hymns. You don't know the words to
Sing
hymns.
him now. That I don't know the word to you.
Okay. Immortal,
Invisible. See, go and sing it.
No, I know.
Glory
I know.
goes
No, no,
God.
no. Say the word. What is the next
I
line?
don't
Immortal, invincible.
invisible.
I never said
Okay, you
that,
know. Go on.
but I don't know what that means.
Is it?
'Cause he
Wait,
told me
wait.
to
Let
do
me
it.
let me think.
No, I
Say
think
it.
so.
He
So
told
if
me.
I
He
didn't
said, I
know
don't know.
that-
You should know. You should know hymns.
No,
It's not
you don't
glorious
sing
God.
hymns like that.
You sang your whole life in church.
Nah.
You did your whole
Is it
life
glo-
in church.
Is it
Nah.
glorious God?
No.
What is it?
God only wise.
Ah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, God only wise. Yeah,
That's
so-
really good, man.
No, I'm saying.
That's
That's
great.
really good. God
Do
bless you.
another.
bro.
Do another.
Keep
God
on,
bless you, man.
You know. What? Look, no, look.
another one,
do another one.
No, everyone's
You
walked.
learned the words of that one recently.
Fam, everyone's walked to themselves. innit? You get me? I ain't here to
man.
pass judgment to that.
Anyway,
God
mate.
bless you.
I mean, how do you-
Champions.
no, how do you
Heavyweight
not
champions.
How do you not walk?
Aye,
That's it, so.
it's absolutely
Actually-
great. Do you know what it is?
actually, no,
This
I remember
win,
I
this
hate that
win,
question.
this win has actually.
I
do you know
hate
what
that
it is?
question.
This win has actually shown me one thing that actually there's certain things that we feel like. Nah, let me tell you one thing actually. So I was speaking to.
Fam, I'm about to say whatever you were about to say. I said, bro.
No. Do you know what it is? God cares about what we care about as well, innit? That's what I was gonna say, innit? And obviously, again, a lot of people are talking about how the move of the players that we have in the club more recently, called the Bible Brothers. And
You
obviously-
think so? You think?
You know, I watched
do
a
you know
video
what
in it, you know.
Do you know what
And
it
one
is?
you was literally talking about how, like, you see how his life, he's had bare losses. He's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
lost like nephews and nieces, and like he's always questioned God, innit? And his thing is, it's so funny that like certain people use it as like a justification as to like their Christianity. So he's like, oh, he was christened when he was younger, innit? So obviously like his family are like that, whatever. And he was like how he's questioned things over his life bare. And he was like, literally, the Eze thing, in terms of like him having bare faith and actually speaking about his faith, has made him kind of circle back and think, oh, rah, maybe there is a God that is actually
Yeah.
orchestrating
The thing is,
blah, blah,
yeah,
blah, blah, blah. And obviously, like,
let's just.
you wouldn't necessarily see all of that sort of stuff or have that, think that it has that sort of impact. But
let's discuss the
but
blueprint. Let's discuss the
I can
blueprint.
hear
though.
impact though, because I
Yeah.
definitely believe God uses situations to
100%.
bring glory. But it's all about orchestrating that too. That's
So
the thing
don't
that
get twisted.
I
Like
would
let's
say.
take
Obviously,
everything with a
he's
pinch
not
of salt,
a-
innit?
Yeah.
Let's take everything with a pinch of salt, yeah. But I also feel like there are one thing about our relationship with God is that the more you press into it, the more other areas of your life you become more disciplined. There's other byproducts of improving your relationship with God, essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and one of the things that I've seen here is the byproduct of it at Crystal Palace, So Ward and all of that, they used to have
They
prayer
have their
meetings
own,
and all that kind of stuff. And look, and then
Gahey
they went
as
and
well.
won the FA Cup sort of thing, yeah. And then this season, it's now you're seeing similar things happening here. You're seeing like it's almost like sometimes I felt like after it happened the first time, and if I'm being real with you, and this might me just be taking it too far, yeah, but I felt like the media, when it was a surprise, the camera was fully on him when he was doing the whole this is that and the other and saying, oh God, and all that kind of stuff, yeah. And then I felt like the next time they kind of took it off him quickly, but then they clocked that they were going to get backlash, so they put it back on him, if you get what I'm trying to say, yeah. But it's like, I'm saying that, like, it's in terms of like, bringing glory back to God sort of thing, yeah. Like, in something that someone would say that, it's completely down to chance and all that kind of stuff, like, who knows you're going to get this exact pass and then score this, that, and the other. But then when you're hearing Eze come out and talking about, I actually prayed and I actually was praying for a hat trick sort of thing, innit? Like, and then it goes and happens and all that kind of stuff. Listen, people are going to start seeing that and gleaning from it and thinking, do you know what? I'm going to go to God with everything and anything. And don't get twisted, whilst I'm not saying that God is going to give you everything and anything that you just want, like, willy-nilly and all that kind of stuff, yeah. I am saying that it is a thing that signposts people back to God. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And yeah, so I think from that perspective, it's been a great season, man. I think, again, we've ended up being sort of like champions. So, do you know what I mean? The proof is in the pudding at the end of the day, innit?
Yeah. But I remember, because the reason being is because I've had this conversation before about that, just in general, God intervening in sports. I haven't had it with
But remember what I said about the byproduct, though.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So again, I would never go as far to say that that God makes certain teams win, God makes certain teams lose. I just wouldn't say that because of the nature of the way things work, the industry. Like I'll never. Do you get me? Because then you'd have to apply that rule to other sports, and we know the way things work. But I wouldn't. But I agree with the two things in that. Like you said, you get closer to God and you say, listen, that means now I'm going to apply a certain level of discipline to things. It grows, and also God is amazing in that God will use the mundane to speak to you. Do you get me? So it doesn't mean that God uses things and sees certain things and that triggers something in your mind. That might not trigger something in anyone else's mind. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Or just using things to be like, I don't know, to put a spotlight on something, that's being said.
My thing is like, so not necessarily God interfering with like scores and all that, even though that's not outside of his remit. Yeah.
Yeah. Because he can do anything, of course.
Exactly.
But I don't think he does it. Well, that's me. I mean, that's me.
You never know, innit? Yeah. So, but it's the fact that these footballers have a stupid following. Yeah. A lot of young kids growing up. Like, they are, like, in terms of influencers, they're probably like top 10%. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, in terms of footballers, in terms of modern culture and stuff like that, yeah. So a lot of young people growing up on Instagram, even people our age, older, are going to see this. And it's going to be a reminder for them to get right with God. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Hopefully.
And these are they're very vocal still.
Do you know? I remember the first time I saw. The maddest thing I seen was no, it was Gabrielle's.
Yeah, with Rio.
No, the one he done on Sky Sports after a match.
Oh, he said Jesus Christ when he first come back from his interview.
When he first came from his interview.
Jesus.
Yeah. Sorry, Gabriel Jesus. Yeah.
Bro, they bang it.
No, his one.
He was going mad.
I've never, basically,
it was good though.
I'm sure that could even constitute as like
him getting in trouble.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah. I can't remember after, but whether they.
I don't think they did.
Or put that because
no.
Because I was thinking that.
Yeah.
This is
they're mad vocals still.
This is about this particular. Sorry, I'm stuttering there. But basically, his monologue, because it wasn't like, oh, thank God.
He was going.
He was. It actually was preaching.
Yeah. Because think about this as well.
For him, like his one, I've never seen. He was supposed
to be out for the whole season. Do you get? So him coming back when he did, he's not come back. Let's say the first half of the season. No, he's come back within the first half of the season. Not even like I was like January and X, Y, Z and boom, boom, boom's going on. No, he's come back before the January transfer window. That in terms of all of like the prognosis, all that kind of stuff, is already mad in itself. And my thing is like, so another thing that we can glean from that, is like, so these lot are doing it in mainstream media where we know like
they're not allowed to. They're probably not allowed to. They would tell them
it will be under like religious and political views and X, Y, Z and boom, boom, boom and all that kind of stuff. Like you're only allowed to talk about these things when they tell you what to talk about or when they have a certain movement that they're pushing. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But then it almost makes me think about work as well because work has the exact same stipulations.
Yeah, but me and someone spoke at this again, but we were like, it's always easier for someone like actors,
of course, creatives.
It's always easier for them to speak about
athletes.
Because you're so at work, bro. You're so constrained by this, and you feel more.
The truth is,
you feel
you're more replaceable.
You're more replaceable.
Yeah,
That's what it
exactly.
is.
More disposable.
You're
More
more
replaceable.
disposable.
Like,
so therefore, it's like if you say something, they're just like,
And that's the thing with the corporate space. With the corporate space, is essentially making robots, which is why when you think about, we're talking about AI and all that kind of stuff, like in terms of what is the most replaceable thing? It's going to be the things that people learn systematically and then do the systematic thing afterwards. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But then with athletes and all that kind of stuff, entertainment and all that kind of stuff, that's why there's such a big move into just like social media and influencing in general, because stuff like that you can't replace personality. Basically.
You can't. And obviously, when we know you as a sports person, as much as like we're watching
accolades, bro,
there's 100, there's 500 like top leagues. You're still part of the 1% in the world.
Of athletes.
You are the top. You are the top 1% on the globe.
Yeah,
100%. I think that's crazy stuff. I think in general, I think the older I get, the more I'm starting to respect people who have like climbed to the top or whatever they do. Because I'm clocking, no, hold on. What you've done is actually peak.
What it takes to get there is peak.
What it's done to anywhere, in any field, in anything you do,
100.
to be one of the best at it, bro, is actually
And this is it. Because if like an MD was now talking on a meeting or whatever it is, and again, it's not going to be a client minuting meeting. It's not going to be internal minuting meeting. It's going to be like all hands or something like that. And then they talk about their faith and the impact. That's going to make a massive impact in that team and all that kind of stuff. The fact that someone's even stepped up, because there's bare people hiding what their faith is and all that kind of stuff. And you get what I'm trying to say, for whatever reasons, sort of thing, innit? So that's going to make an impact for sure.
Yeah.
I was speaking to, again, same conversation. I was speaking to my niece, and she was like, anyway, and we was talking about the whole, I don't know why code switching keeps coming up and all that kind of stuff, but it wasn't code switching. It was more about hair. Yeah. And we were talking about the whole, like, with our parents coming from a traditional background, the reason why they frown upon men growing out their hair and all that kind of stuff is because a lot of the people that used to do like join cults and all that kind of stuff back in the day used to braid their hair and all that kind of stuff. But I was like, even from before that, there's other biblical principles, and I was like, a lot of the time when we think about like the Nazarite vow, for example, like you're supposed to grow your hair, not supposed to drink any grapes and all that kind of stuff. And when you think about everything that God might use for good, the enemy's gonna try and counterfeit and replicate and all that kind of stuff. So it's one thing that you realize, like when you go to the other side, like a lot of the time people are looking for power, wealth, money, all that kind of stuff. So what they want to do is they want to take the process, extrapolate where they believe the power it comes from in that process, and then basically emulate that on the side of darkness or whatever, innit? So essentially, long story short is that, all right, cool. So they have an ideal that if people grow their hair, if men grow their hair in this way, it's this, or you're certain way inclined or whatever it is, Now, so we was talking about, cool. So with her knowledge on this, and she feels like with hair, it's more deep rooted in it in terms of like
self-hating.
It's the whole westernized. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So like the fact that you go into a corporate space and wouldn't wear an afro, for example, because you might not get treated the way that you want to treat, or taken this seriously and all that kind of stuff. Like that's a real issue essentially, innit? And her thing was like she doesn't really want to pander to it. And I was like, do you know what it is? Like I actually rate it and I hear it, and I feel like. But I asked her a question. And I was like, do you feel like your stance will change if, for example, you and your friends, like very similar in terms of like your aptitude and that kind of stuff. So it's never, so if someone meets all let's say 3 of you, they're never going to say culture fit is a problem for any one of you because you all fit the culture fine. Then it comes to the thing about interview performance. And let's just say that you've all got names that are palatable, they can easily pronounce and all that kind of stuff. Now, the only thing that's now gonna separate you guys is interview performance. Essentially, the conditions that I'm trying to set. So you go into an interview now, you smash the interview. You know you've done better than your contemporaries because of how they told you they've performed or whatever. But then, and this is a constant thing that keeps happening, and you keep on getting rejected, and then they get it or whatever it is. Now the only other condition that I did set was that you're the only one wearing an afro out, basically, innit? Everyone else has got westernized and all that kind of stuff. Like, do you feel your stance will remain the same if that's happened and it's been over a certain period of time now and XYZ and boom, boom, boom?
When you say stance though, do you mean, because I guess there's two things. Is the stance that it's wrong that it's seen that way, or is the stance that I'm not going to change my hair to appease?
So essentially the stance that I gave her kind of vibe, right, because of her views was, so when you go into a corporate setting, you're not gonna, you're gonna, and however, she was like, she would like to think so, for sure.
Okay,
like,
cool.
As in she's definitely she definitely. So similar to what you say about Yoruba names, I'm not gonna not do it because it makes it me easier to be around for a certain demographic. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
The same for her.
She was saying the same with her.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's fun because I was going to bring up the Yoruba name thing again.
Yeah.
In that, like, just before I go back to the hair thing, in that, like, I completely understand when people say, it's like, because, like I said, when me and my missus spoke to some random couple on holiday, and they were like, yeah, of course it's anti-black to not name your child a Nigerian name or your cultural name so that it's easier to pronounce, of course. But it's totally understandable.
Yeah.
Do you get me? So, certain things here, it's like, they are wrong, but we
understand the context.
We actually understand why, because it's not being done out of a place of like negativity.
Yeah.
You're actually trying to help. Well, we see it as you're trying to help your child. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And I think going back to the hair thing, I think it's the same thing in that we know that it's wrong that if you're wearing your natural hair out, not that you've done a wild style, by the way.
Yeah.
This is your hair on your head. If you wear it out, and you've done it, by the way, not that you just woken up on, like, everyone's done their hair. Do you know what I mean? You've done it, that you're penalized for not looking a bit more European with the style of your hair. We know that it's terrible. But
we know it exists.
If someone said, look, I've got a family, I need this job. Like, if we don't get this, I don't know, my husband's not working right now. Would it, like, I don't think we'll be like, yeah, still take your stance though.
Well, we kind of spoke about that.
Even though your kids are, do you get me? I don't think that would be the advice.
But then it might not be the advice yet, but in terms of your view and this is the thing. So because we spoke about this, we spoke about how difficult it is to basically
stand by your
stay on the right path, basically, in terms of, like, because for me, all of this falls into it is a sin to know what to do and not to do it, sort of thing, and only because you've got such a strong conviction that could be spirit led, basically, So obviously, please do your due diligence. But essentially, because he was like, and that's why I asked the question, innit? Because it's like the economic value of essentially keeping your hair that way or not, basically, or changing your hairstyle, essentially, is what's the economic value of it? Basically, you getting that role or whatever, is getting a job and then working your way up, all that kind of stuff. People taking you seriously in certain scenarios and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, again, similar to the reason why I even thought of this is because one of the things that we mentioned was the whole being in the creative industry allowed you to do a lot of this stuff more, express yourself a lot more. Do you get what I'm saying? That's why we've seen a shift as well in terms of, again, a lot of people going towards those sort of industries. But I think in terms of, like, so what we're saying anyway is that actually, like, one of the things that is tough for people to do now is God. So let's talk about it in a different way for a second. God gives you a job. Essentially, like, it's through God's grace that you've got this job. Now God's told you to leave this job. Basically, sorry, before I've ruined it already, but basically, by God's grace, you've been given this job. Your life is amazing right now. Like you're going to Bible study, all that kind of stuff. So I'm not saying amazing just because you're making money and all that kind of stuff. But you're making money, life's good, you've got the house you want, you've got the car you want, you've got, like, everything's just going well for you. Anything materialistic or anything spiritual, everything is just going well for you, essentially, is the state of life that you're in at that point in time. Then God is like, listen, that job, leave it. Yeah? Like, how many people will, like, the way, do you know what it is? There's some people that will wrestle, like as in, like, their life depended on it. There's some people that they'll just ignore it. Like, bro, it's like, oh no, God can't be telling me that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's not possible.
Is that the time where I said, the example that there's, like, if someone, like, hit your car from the back here, and your neck actually wasn't hurting, but it says, if your neck hurts, you're getting 10 M's. Bro, you could actually start feeling like,
Do you get what I'm saying?
You could actually start feeling, like, actually, today my neck is hurting. That's how crazy your mind is, though.
This is my thing, like, in terms of, like, so when we talk about, like, looking at the Bible, when we look at faith and all that kind of stuff, when we look at, like, the fathers of the faith, Abraham especially, which is a very good one of the first ones, like, he waited, 25 years, 23 years, how many years? 20 odd years, for Isaac, the promised child, And I say the promised child in the sense of he was promised a child, not the promised child, basically, And then God told him to go into the mountain and sacrifice him, And he literally, he was like steps away. Do you get what I'm saying? He tied him up and all that kind of stuff, bro. Hey, nah. When I think about it, just because of the whole, like even having kids, and knowing the questions that they'll ask naturally.
Where we going? Was it?
Like, bro, like insanity.
Do you know what? Yeah, even the whole would you give up? Like, so it's not exactly the same, but there's someone that I proper respect here, Samuel Kasumi. So, and he was a special advisor for the Conservative government for Boris Johnson. He's a Christian. To be fair, he said this in his book as well. So during that time, obviously COVID happened, and also it was around the time of the Windrush compensation scheme, and lots of things were happening there. So he was a special advisor for, I think, communities. And when you're a special advisor to the Prime Minister, you're up there. Like it's a coveted position. Do you know what I mean? Like people want it. I remember just talking to one of my other friends one time who worked for the Home Office. And I remember talking to them and saying, oh, they were like, oh, where are you going to? So I'm going to meet one guy called Simon Kasuma, and we're just going out for coffee. And their face was like, oh, what you like? Do you get me? Like it was a.
Is it a word?
So in his book, he was saying basically something happened. He wasn't happy with it, right? And he was like, this has to change. But then they went behind his back, something didn't change. He was like, this is a great position, but I'm resigning. And he said in the book that there were senior ministers in the government that called him and said, don't do that. You're really good. Like, don't go. Like, imagine like the finance minister calling you and being like, hey, stay. These are really senior people. And he was like, no, she's resigning. And it's gone. And not only are you resigning from a dream job, but obviously salary, money. Do you know what I mean? Like, authority. And I was like, fam, like,
that's what it takes to make a stance, though, isn't it?
It does.
And
take
you know,
that.
even like when we were just talking about like, so you not getting the job.
Yeah.
That's the result of you actually having that stance in it. And if that is the stance that you take, and in order for there to be, I guess, somewhat change overall, however long over time or whatever, people have to make a stance in it and have to make a sacrifice. And a lot of the time, the sacrifice could be your money, your livelihood, your career. Sometimes it's your life, innit? Yeah. But like when you have a stance, for there to be any change, there are consequences, Pete.
Yeah.
And you can understand why certain people will be like, you know what? Yeah, but they can just kind of go along with it, like you're saying, innit?
And do you know what it is as well? So we spoke about the Abraham example, but then I even wanted to move away from it because in the Abraham example, he didn't end up sacrificing Isaac. Like God gave him obviously a lamb, whatever, and he sacrificed that instead. But then when you look at like, for example, Elijah now, like Elijah is like one of the greatest prophets, like is the greatest prophet, a lot of people say. Oh, but let's see. Again, opinion splits or whatever. But one of the greatest prophets, right, in the Bible, full stop. Basically punched up like 450 other side prophets, essentially, innit? Like, obviously with God's help. Now, it got to a point where all of the exploits and everything that you've seen Elijah do, sort of thing, yeah. Now the Queen's onto you. And God's like, yeah, don't cut. Like, and you fear for your life. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? And in that case, it wasn't a redemption thing where, oh yeah, then God used him to then overthrow that queen. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And I say that to say, yeah, like, as much as sometimes there's silver linings in terms of, oh yeah, God told me to leave the job and everything was just smooth and plain sailing from then. Like, I just went into somewhere else. I met my purpose. You hear them perfect stories a lot of the time, innit? But sometimes it's not glamorous, essentially, innit? And I feel like there's a misconception, especially with Christians, yeah, where it's like we're supposed I understand what I'm saying, but our purpose in life isn't to be happy, if that makes sense. Like,
I know what you mean.
As
So
in, like, not everything works out for our good, don't get twisted, yeah. But it's not like
it's like I remember there used to be a quote that goes around to say that in the end it'll be okay, and if it's not okay, it's not the end.
Yeah.
And it's like I get the sentiment of what you're saying, but
it reminds me of the whole.
Do you get me?
Paul. It reminds me of Paul. When Paul's like, to live is Christ, to die is gain.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? And that's talking about people actively on you, persecuting you. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So again, it's a similar vibe in terms of actually, like, regardless of what happens, like, I'm assured in my faith, sort of thing, in terms of God, sort of thing. But my thing is like, so I know someone, a Muslim girl as well, actually, grew up with this person, and I remember like when everything was going on with like Palestine and stuff like that, yeah. Which is still going on, by the way, yeah, just so everyone's fully aware. She was like, she found out that the company she worked for supports a company that supports the company that supports the genocide, essentially, yeah. And she was like, yeah, so I can't work for you lot anymore. and she left her role, and it was a prominent role as well. It was a good role, from what I understood anyway, insurance industry, all that kind of stuff. And she's like, yeah, like I've given it up, sort of thing. Like she's no longer gonna work for them. And I was just like, do you know what it is? In this day and age, you are my age. Like in this day and age, how many people can I think of that will do? And it's like the thing I said back in the day. Yeah, I was like, listen, when we think about. And again, now all of these names are getting called into question and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, when we think about the Malcolm X's, the Martin Luther Kings, X, Y, Z, and all of the, like, even like the Black Panthers, all that kind of stuff. When you think about all of these activist movements, that have really shaken and stirred things, like there's not much of that left, bro. There's not much of that energy left in it. Obviously, we've got people in our community, like you got the Basiles and that are speaking out on like these political issues that are almost being masqueraded like as like something that's run of the mill or being sort of juxtaposed in terms of who's right and who's wrong and all that kind of stuff. Like you've got political commentators that are still doing that role, but again, now in this age of social media, it's not like we start talking about shadow bans and all that kind of stuff as well. Essentially, what I'm saying is that we are in a flipping dire situation, and I don't like talking like this because it's kind of like the opposite of hope, if you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And that's the same way I don't want to talk about our lives and say, I really want to host a... No, you might as well. But it's like, even like, so what am I saying? In terms of like
it's like there's not people that speak up and stuff like that.
So there's people that, so in terms of like talking about Christian walk and all that kind of stuff and how the purpose isn't necessarily for you to be happy. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. I don't even like saying it like that because then it kind of seems like, oh, like what you saying? And I'm not trying to, like, yes, a future and a hope. Yeah. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like,
and obviously the way to is like, there's something, the way I always like remedy that, the whole we're not to be happy is that there's something greater than that.
Yeah.
Yes,
you know
exactly.
I mean? So it's not that, you're called to be miserable. No. It's so funny because I was actually going to talk about that, actually, the fact that I don't know, like, Christians need to stop being so sad and down and, bro, like, the joy of, our strength is actually the joy of the Lord. That is how we move. That's our power. It's the joy of the Lord.
It's the fact that this life isn't our own life. Like,
and by the way, people think joy is not simply a mindset, it's a feeling.
Yeah.
When the Bible is you feel joy. It's not that, I just think about joy because I think about heaven.
Yeah.
Even though, yes, we think about, but it's a feeling, isn't it? So we seek that, like, to live in that. But the difference between the happiness and the joy is that in the joy, bad things can happen.
Yeah.
Do you get me? In our state of joy, bad things can happen. And it's not the expectation that, we are happy and jumping, and because being joyful doesn't mean you're jumping and excited. You can be in a joyful state and be mourning.
Yeah.
Do you get me? You can be mourning. And the Bible tells us, like, fam, we mourn with those who cry with those who cry, but we're with them in their disaster. Do you know what I mean? I remember when I brought up the verse in, is it Zechariah 3, where it says, like, God sings over us. Like, the thought of God singing over you is joy. Yeah. Do you get me? That there's a lot of joy in our faith. So it's not that, because you're not called to be happy, it means that therefore you're called to be miserable. No. Yeah. And again, when the Bible talks about a peace that transcends all understanding, it can only transcend all understanding if the situation doesn't make sense. If the situation makes sense, then the peace won't transcend anything. It's just in the situation.
100%.
It transcends understanding because the situation is insane, but yet there's a feeling of peace. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So, fam, we have a lot of hope, a lot of joy in what we do.
And just to clarify as well, because it's not to say that you're not going to have times where, and it's not to say don't seek happiness either. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, so I just want to make it clear that what I'm talking about as well is like not like, so because this thing doesn't make it, like, you can't be on the side of all of these people that say stuff like, it just wasn't making me happy, so. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because it's kind of like, do you get what I'm trying to say? It's just a bit jazz, if I'm being honest with you, innit? Like, and I feel like one thing that is, like we say, like, one thing that's sure in life is death. One thing that is sure about life, exactly. And another thing that's sure about life. I
made one funny joke here. It was such a corporate joke at the end of one meeting. Basically, because in my company, I'm in every meeting. Well, I mean 90% of meetings because of the areas that I cover. So at the end of the meeting, I was like, all right, cool. Well, thanks everyone for joining. And as they say, there's 3 things that are guaranteed in life. Death, taxes, and Shea being in all your meetings. All right, guys, have a nice.
Yeah.
What?
Was it encore? Come back. Come back forward.
Some of the cues.
Was it cheers? I'll pay all night.
Some of the cues were using chat GPT for the joke.
Come on, bro.
Who's not hating, man?
Come on, bro. But yeah, what was I even saying? Yeah, so essentially, like, it's not just, it's not to say they don't seek happiness and all that kind of stuff. It's just more being on the side of things where, so basically another thing that's assured in life is that you're going to go through ups and downs. James told you to count it all joy. We can go through various trials.
Yeah.
So like one thing that's guaranteed, Paul talks about seeing an open door and then seeing many adversities. Adversities basically means that with every opportunity, there's going to come some adversity. There's going to come some resistance to it. With every part of life, there's always going to be some form of challenge. I feel like nowadays, and this is another thing I was speaking to, that I was having in that conversation as well. And it was almost like nowadays, yeah, we shy away from challenge. Challenge means it's not for us. Friction means it's not for us.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? And it's almost like, do you know how docile that we're becoming by?
But you know, that's why. Now, how we were saying that when you're at the top of your field, yeah, I rate it so much.
100%. There's a lot you've had to pass through to get there.
A lot of people, obviously, let's take away the privilege that some people are just. You get me? There's a route made for them to go there, but for those who have really climbed and really done, bro, to get to the top is crazy. It's actually insane. And I was going to ask you, like, actually, is there anything? So I said that, like, there's some people who are the best at what they do. Is there anything in you lot's mind that you're like, you know, I actually want to be the best at this? Does that thought come to mind? That
we spoke about this before, and I think for you to actually say that and for it to actually be true, there has to be some sort of like proof of that.
Yeah.
You see, especially in sport and stuff like that, like what these men do is ridiculously dumb.
Yeah.
Like in terms of, okay, cool, I want to be the best at bow. So I'm doing all of the things that I need to do to be the best at bow. There has to be some sort of proof of it. And for me to say, okay, cool, I want to be the best at something. Yeah, I do. But then certain times I'm looking at myself, I'm like, the desire. I'm looking at myself and I'm thinking, yeah, you said you want to be, well, what have you done with this? There has to be some sort of proof of it, innit? And obviously there are things whereby it's like, cool, there's seasons where, okay, yeah, you're probably on this thing and then maybe you might not be. But to be the best, it's almost as though you have to be like, there's something that has to be in your head that is not like normal in terms of like but everybody's like, because there has to be some sort of relentlessness. And
the thing that's in your head, is that more about what you're good at or more about the passion behind or the driving force behind doing it?
I don't know, you know, to be fair. I think with people, it's probably different, isn't it? Certain times it's like, all right, cool. Somebody told me that I wasn't going to make it in football or something like that. And for that very reason, you go full pelt or something like that. And then another thing could be, I just love this thing so much. There's nothing I can do outside of this thing.
But what about the things that are like more intangible? So like football is very tangible because you put a ball on the foot, like people see you kicking a ball, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, like, you can see the raw talent, the physical talent. Let's say, yeah. What about other stuff that's less obvious?
Like,
I don't know, like, because when I was thinking about actually, good. Let me give the context. So when I was thinking about the question, when I was thinking about the question, I was thinking like, for me, like, what always comes to mind with these things more time, like, or the first thing that comes to mind is like, bro, I feel like I'm a visionary, innit? So I feel like I see things like, and I've got a very vivid imagination, like literally plays videos in my head of exactly what I see or what I want to pan out and all that kind of stuff. I feel like communicating that is one thing, but I feel like a lot of the time, I feel like God has just given me the skill and the ability to figure it out and get it done exactly the way that I wanted to get it done, sort of thing, yeah. That's not necessarily something that you can tin and sell.
Yeah. But it's
do you get what I'm trying to say?
You're saying that's an intangible, but it's.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I think it's more so about, okay, the type of person I want to be or want to be known for, as opposed to a thing that I do or that I'm an expert at, if you get what I mean. So it's more that than the other thing.
Yeah.
So what is that? What are some of those things or characteristics?
So like to be like somebody who's known to be loving, giving, like someone who can
and
like
again
impart in people, like in terms of like teaching and stuff like that, but in loads of different things. Those are the things that is like, okay, cool, I care about that, as opposed to, okay, Emmanuel is the
100%.
blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like another thing that has shaped, because my Ricky name means a profitable encounter, innit? And as soon as I found that out, I felt like, oh, this makes so much sense. So so because of that, I used to. Do you know what the annoying thing is? It was that my whole life. Now when all these new school people start jumping on Ricky and they start telling you, "Oh no, it means this and means that," they start trying to mix it out. I say, "Listen, you know, shut the hell up." Nah. And then older people come and then refute. And this is my thing. I'm so scared for when the older generation passes here.
Yeah,
because he's passing out the right information. All these young people think they know everything, bro, and you just don't. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? But anyway, ran over. But yeah, like, so I remember like even the thing where I used to get. Like, basically, I feel like I'm very resourceful in it. So I feel like if you need something out, even if I can't supply that thing, I'm a phone call away. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, from supplying that need or whatever, yeah. But then, again, that's like, and similar to like being caring, loving, all that kind of stuff, yeah. I think, to be fair, actually, some of those characteristics are definitely more tangible in terms of if you're known as someone that's caring and loving, there's sometimes there's exploits from it. But then also there's an intangible nature of it where someone just gets that vibe from you. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And like, yeah, I think that's the thing that I'm like thinking about a bit more in terms of, all right, cool, like, what do I want to be the best at? If I want to be the best at something that has like a massive part of it is essentially intangible, because no one will ever experience it unless they're in a certain proximity to you or engage with you in a certain, I don't know, business and all that kind of stuff. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I don't know if you follow my sort of trailer of thought in it, but it's just like, so what's the use in it? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like in not necessarily in discussing it, but it's just like,
I know, yeah.
Do you get?
What is this of you?
It's a city because I don't know, you know, I don't know. But I think one thing similar to what Hendel was saying, I think God's therefore given me the gift of like connecting. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can go into different rooms and bring people into do you know what I mean? Like, I'm relatively good at bringing people. And look, there's some people who do better. I've seen them, but I'm good at going into another world, but bringing people into my world. So it's not like I can't explain it. I'm not flushed out. Do you know what I mean? So I will go into a very, very corporate space, and somehow I bring them into South London a bit. Do you know what I mean? I do that, but I do it well because I have my foot in both places. And it kind of, the tangible way that looks, sometimes is, you know, Iman used to laugh bare to be like, he used to be like, fam, I can see you on The Apprentice.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you get me now? I can see you on The Apprentice. I can see you.
Listen, do you know what it is? All my friends are that. There's two people that I feel like, oh yeah, you could be like councilman and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. One is more of a joke because of how he just moves, photo ops and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And then but on a more serious note, like, it will be you in it in terms of like anything to do with that political area space. Yeah, I think you got a natural aptitude, and then obviously that lends itself to things like The Apprentice as well, because obviously it's a lot more about personal identity, how you bring yourself across, and all that kind of stuff.
Do you know what I mean? So it's about but I can't put that into words. I don't know what it is, but I can move into different places. I can connect people, and I think one thing that recently me and my missus said, and I wouldn't have used this word for me before, and it kind of captures what you just said, is the skill of being a diplomat.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Like, I'm a good diplomat. Like, I could go into a space and mediate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
The thing with that one, is that it's, as with everything that we said, by the way, there's always like another side to it. But I think with this one, it's a bit easier to discuss here, because with being a diplomat, there then comes a time where it's like, no, but what do you think?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, and in them situations, I think do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. I'm thinking about when you lot called me the other day. When you and your wife called me the other day, she was basically saying, give an answer for this thing.
Yeah.
Like, his answer was quite ambiguous. I wasn't mad at the answer. So, okay, I can hear why you said it. But her thing is probably,
what was it?
Give an answer.
What was
so
the
it was
exact
like,
question
if you were born
okay,
as part of another religion.
That was it. Yeah. So basically, me and my mister were going back and forth. So we were just talking, and we finished watching a documentary, and we just got into discussion, like we do. And she asked me, she was like, oh, if you lived in the Middle East, do you think you'd be a Christian? Basically, do you think you're Christian now because you were brought up in a Christian household, Christian country, etc. innit? I know this guy said this. I know he's too
I give you family.
But
I'll give you family.
Yeah. But so I was like to her, you know what it is? I don't know. And I was like, the reason I don't know is because I hear your point. I hear where you're headed in that most people in Muslim country or Islamic countries are Muslim.
But let's have it right. Nigeria is more fair enough, we're from the south and X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
But Nigeria, it actually is more predominantly Muslim. than
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
So
South.
if we actually wanted to, if we had to
I don't think
decide,
you call it that though.
you wouldn't.
Yeah, yeah,
but
you
if
would-
we
yeah,
had
I know
to
what you
give it a
mean.
label,
Yeah, but
it would definitely be a Muslim country.
Yeah, but you wouldn't call it that because it's not. It's
100%.
majority,
But then
Yeah,
I,
it's not a
I
mass
also
media.
think about your family, and when you've mentioned the fact that a lot of your family
are different. Yeah.
exactly.
Different
Do you get what I'm trying to
things.
say? So
But again, the majority again would still be
yeah,
Christian.
fair enough, fair enough.
Do you get me? So it will
South
be,
though, innit? Do you get?
so if it was like an Islamic state or like or the Middle East, then
Yeah.
and I was like, so listen, the reason why I can't say and I don't know is because there are so many cases of people who didn't have exposure to the Bible, to church, to Christian teachings, that miraculously Jesus revealed himself to them.
Yeah.
The Holy Spirit intervened in their situation. So much so that some people can't actually describe what they saw. They didn't understand it. They just knew that, this is something. And then when they were then introduced to Christianity, they were like, oh my God, it's this one.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know, because there's things like that happens.
Yeah.
So I could be one of those. I could be one of those people. And then what was the follow-up? And then
She was basically like just giving an answer. 'Cause
yeah,
her
but
thing
there was another thing just under that.
It was kind of like based off of how you can
Okay.
make a decision based off of how
Based
you
off
are
how-
and what
yeah,
you
yeah,
know
yeah.
of yourself
So-
now instead of the divine, basically.
Yeah, and then the second part of that was that I asked my missus. So
I don't actually get that. Sorry.
wait, let me ask you this question. Same question I asked my missus. Then that's what me as I'm calling you. I said, can you do a buble?
Yeah, what?
Can you do a buble?
A buble?
Yeah.
What's that?
Don't worry. Can you do it?
No, because I don't know what it is.
Okay. Can you do a buble?
I don't know what it is.
So she said. So I said. I
Alright,
think.
so Joyce, you just made a random
I made
word.
up the word.
Yeah.
But I said,
When he said it on the when
I
he called
said-
me,
Imagine if I said yes.
Yeah.
I was genuinely like, no,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
But I said, I think it's outrageous, and it's actually the way I think. For me to actually give an answer to something, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said my mind doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
I physically can't say yes or no
You don't
because
know what it
I
is.
don't know what it is.
But at the same time, though, I do feel like you could be like, raw. So once you find out what it is, you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
give
but-
an answer.
Yes, when you find out, but right now you
When
don't.
you don't know.
So right now, what's your answer? Do you get me? But
But
her
right
answer,
now, based on possibilities, innit?
you know, it is, and it's so funny because she was like, "It's cool." I said, "Nah," because you don't think alike in this realm. So I was like, "I'm not calling him because I know." Do you get me? Yeah, but my thing is that, fam, I just can't. But it goes back to your diplomat thing, in that I'm not actually being a diplomat in those times. I actually can't comprehend
but
those
then
things.
But what you're also trying to do in that scenario is that you're trying to be balanced. You're trying to uphold certain principles that mean you're not going to overexert. Like similar to what you said, like you don't know about this thing, so you're not going to talk about it in the way that you know it and all that kind of stuff. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's a principle that you're trying to keep constant. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And in doing so, that's also a reason why you set a boundary of not answering that kind of question. If you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But then, if you humoured the question and you think about
and that's
all
what
the
she was saying.
possibilities.
That she was like, just her thing was that, don't answer it like this. That you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So humor.
Yeah.
You know exactly what I'm saying. But my thing is that I'm actually not deliberately trying not to
of
answer
course,
it.
that's how you
just
think.
your
It's your way
answer.
In
of
general,
mind. Yeah.
if someone said, "Oh, like I don't know, like what is it?" Like,
Yeah.
Hey,
what-
do you know
or
how funny?
Or how do you do it?
I'm actually busting up in my head, like thinking about asking someone that question. Oh, can you do a buble?
And he said, like, "Oh, yeah."
Do you know how many people say yeah?
Bro,
Do you know how many people
I'm thinking of
say
one of our
yeah?
brethren. I'm thinking of one of our brethren that probably.
They'll be like, "Oh, what?" So that I heard of it. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
no,
yeah, my friend mentioned it last
Nah,
week.
to be fair,
Fam, no
he's
one
gonna hate that I say this here, but there's one of our brethren there that he'll be like, yeah, probably, like, or something like, do you know what I mean? Like, oh, what's that? Like, but then he's still, the reason why
He
he's
just doesn't
asking
wanna
you what's
say
that
no.
is just to tell you that he can do it. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, but, and I think that's a great trait to have.
Yeah.
I feel like when you get older, that's when you start applying all these limitations that people give you.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
when I think about it so much, with my kids and stuff like that, and I'm thinking, bro, when I was young and that, my mum told me stop jumping from here and this is that and the other, because I'll jump and I'll land on my legs like firmly or whatever. But I found I had the knees and everything for it then. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But she was applying the limitations of if she was to do that now, do you get what I'm trying to say? And it's like a lot of the time people do that. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So
It's funny,
I want us to get back
the
to
video on that actually.
being fearless.
No, on that, but there was a kid on the farm, and the kid was doing bare stuff. And in my mind, thinking, "Kai, like, careful," but the parents were like, "Yeah, you live, you live on the farm."
Yeah.
So like, there was a baby, bro. The girl that actually was like, what age can you just start walking?
Probably like just before one.
Just bro, she was actually 1.5 max. She was feeding the horses carrots. Do you get me? And my friend was like, careful your hand. But she went there, she picked up the carrot. Every time she picked up the carrot the wrong way, she turned it the right way. And then went to give the... There was another one where there's a boy, his dad, and they were black, his dad definitely had said, stop playing with the ram. And then the ram just knocked him down. And that was just looking at him like, fam, like I told you.
Them
rams things jokes though.
Fam,
when they lose it, they lose it, and they won't stop charging. It's crazy.
Me and my wife, we have so much back and forth about this very specific thing in it about when we were younger, there's bare things that we had to do out of circumstance.
Yeah.
But we were quote unquote too young to do certain things. So for example, cooking and stuff like that, because okay, cool, mum has to go out, so you have to make food for yourself.
Yeah.
Or what was the question? I think what the question I actually asked was what is the age that a child it's weird for a child to be being bathed basically? You should,
I think
you know how to bath yourself at a certain age or whatever, innit? And she was kind of oh yeah, you play it by ear and stuff like that. But then we just got into conversation around fam, you're saying about the kid that lives in the farm. You're in the farm, innit?
Yeah.
I hear that you're you might be 2 or whatever, but fam, you're in the farm. So why can't you? There's nothing wrong with you knowing how to do certain things, or there's nothing wrong with a child at a certain age or something I don't know, washing plate or something. Obviously, you'll probably go and check after. But you put limitations on them based off of.
But it's the world you live in now as well. In that certain things look as in you do certain things, you're told that you're not a good parent because you've allowed them to do certain things, or I remember me and my sister had this conversation about going home from school. Or and I was chatting to my missus as well, and I was she was like, what age did you start coming home from school? And she was like, oh, I don't know, secondary school or something. I was like, oh.
Very young still.
Oh, I started coming home from school,
primary school, bro.
Primary school.
Primary school.
You get me? But, by the way...
I just got back bunking.
That's actually so funny.
In
primary school.
But it's mad though, because basically my school was literally behind you.
So easy.
You're so jokes as well. The reason why I stayed at home, is because I can't remember what cartoon it was. It might have been some sort of Dragon Ball something that they were playing in the morning. And obviously, it's cool, you leave home at bow this time.
Yeah.
There was 20 minutes past. I'm still watching this thing. They just carried the gun. I'm just at home now.
So
then
funny.
every single day after, every day after, I'm not even exaggerating. I'm cool, I'm going tomorrow. Every day after.
Wait, so how long are you up for?
The week. So then on Friday, on Friday,
what year were you in?
Year 5.
That's so funny.
Year 5. On Friday, it was
actually
snowing or whatever,
so
innit?
angry.
And my mum was a primary school teacher at the time, but the pipes in her school frozen, so they had to send everybody home. So bear in mind, I'm at home still. And the Friday I'm saying I'm going to school, I'm still at home. Fam, when I've heard the keys, I'm actually nah.
No.
The deal of reckoning.
She was what the frick are you doing there, basically? And you know so mad because I ended up leaving that primary school and then joining her primary school.
Yeah.
But at the time, I didn't know that was one of the reasons why. So we could actually go school together, kind of thing.
Oh,
Did she tell you that later when you got older?
Yeah, older still, yeah.
Fair enough, man.
That's so funny.
That's mad.
That's funny still. But my parents done something similar. But just so when we moved houses, there was obviously a school in my old area and schools near my new house. And to be fair, I wasn't really too pressed. But more so, I was like, I'll go to school with my brothers, where I know a few people. And they were like, yeah, okay, cool, go there. But I was always quite shocked that they were like, go there. Because one is far, and two, the area is not basic. You moved us out of there. Years later, let's say probably 4 years ago, my mom was like, oh yeah, the reason we done that is so that if you went to school that was really close, you would get home 2 hours before us. So you'd 2-3 hours, you'd be able to just had the house. You'd just be in the house by yourself. And they were like, your sisters won't be back. No. So they were like, no, we done it so that we'd all get back around the same time. I was like, fam, you don't were thinking like that.
With me, fam, any change that my mom trying to make, bro, listen, I'm questioning it there and then. And you gotta give me the role, because I was like, fam, bare times she'll tell me something, let's say I don't know, man, she'll tell me something and at a point I kept saying to her, listen, if you had told me this 2 years ago, I would have understood it. Maybe even better, I might have been in a better space to hear it or whatever. I wouldn't say better space to hear it. I wouldn't say better space. But I'll say what I was saying to her when I was younger was that if you said this to me 2 years ago, I would have understood exactly what the situation is. So why are you waiting until now? Do you get what I'm trying to say? And I kept on saying that to my mum. So now I'll question everything. So stuff I remember there was a time, you're young or whatever, you get into whatever rubbish shit, whatever, you come home in here. I've come home or whatever. And these times my mum was home early or whatever. I remember she saw a gold chain around my neck, And then she saw like other stuff with me in it, like from whatever madness had happened or whatever. And she was just like, she was fuming. And obviously I got home late in it, but still earlier than the time that she would have got home from work in it. So then from there, she was just making me call. So every time, so basically then she started doing the thing where it's like, you got to get home at this time, and she's going to call the house at that time. And then she started calling the house at that time to make sure I was at home and all that kind of stuff. I was like, mate.
Bro.
And I wanted to work around with that one still.
Bro, and then I think it is as well, you know me.
No,
there is workaround. The workaround is you obviously get home for the call and you make your way back. But then I think one time, I was even told people I was going to come back out or whatever it was, yeah. But like, she didn't call at 4 o'clock. She called at 4:15 or like 4:23 or something like that. And I just remember thinking, oh, fam, like, do you know what I'm saying? Even the time it's going to take to get back and then come back, we're going to be back home. Like,
I wanted to ask you something actually, yeah. And this is around
so did I, because I'm guessing stuff.
Yeah. And so I went out with my cousin's husband, innit? And my other cousin here was just talking and whatnot. And he's talking about his children living a much, much more privileged life than he lived in it. So he's a pilot.
What's kind of funny, yeah, is that I don't really hear you use the word cousin.
Yeah.
I just caught so he even said cousin, yeah. It's kind of not.
Even when he was saying it in a way to try to say it casually, but it's still a thing if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, like you don't. I actually don't hear you say that cousin.
You know,
because obviously when I say cousin, Biggie Man is the first person you
yeah.
And I'll probably say Biggie Man instead of saying
Yeah.
cousin.
Yeah,
But this is like my cousin
exactly.
from Nige.
Yeah.
Her husband.
And normally
So
he says, hey, you know what I'm saying? Cool.
Good cousin.
Is it cool? Couscous.
But normally, yeah, you say that.
He says cousin from Nige.
When you say cousin, you think that you got hair.
No.
You know what I mean?
So my cousin from Nige's husband, yeah, and he's a pilot, innit? And he's quite peak, innit? In what he does and that, yeah. So we just went out and we were just talking and that. And he was talking about how obviously his children live a completely different life to what they lived, innit? And him not being around certain times, obviously he comes back and it's like, oh, bro, like, for example, like the kids can be like, oh, yeah, no, I don't want this, I want this.
Yeah.
And like a very specific thing or whatever. But he's thinking, fam, like, we had to eat whatever we had to eat, sort of thing. And there was, what was peak for him was like, he was like, how one of his daughters was like, oh yeah, like next time, like, can we fly like first class and that? He was looking at her like, fam, what dare you bust? Yeah. So basically, the question is basically like, obviously, like now the life that we live and the way that we are in like our careers or whatever in it is completely different to our upbringing in it at this point. But how do you strike the balance between, all right, you can have this because we've got it like that now, innit? You can have it, and you can't have everything that you want. And especially obviously from the perspective of you actually want to give it to them because you have it. Do you know what I mean? So it's difficult to, like, how do you strike that balance basically?
It's funny because my missus, I think I even alluded to this, but me and my missus were having conversations about this recently, and she was talking about like even the fact that I always buy Heinz ketchup. She's like, she doesn't want it to be like, oh, like get older and be like, no, the only ketchup that, when we was younger, yeah, like when we got to secondary school, that's when people start saying, nah, I only eat this, or I only do this, or I only, do you get what I'm trying to say? Yeah? And she's like, she doesn't want them going up thinking, I only eat this kind of like bird's eye chicken nuggets or something.
Yeah.
Or Heinz ketchup only and XYZ. And it's funny because even though she has that view, she still is the one that leans more to the side of, they said they don't want J-Rice today, so let's give them something else. I'm like, yo, I've said it to them now I've said it to them like 3 times in close proximity. I said, listen, there's people in the world that have no food. Yeah. What we put on that table is what you're gonna eat. You don't want to eat it, you're gonna eat, bro. What you got trying to say? I stop, like, don't, and then the first thing they'll say is, it's not fair, it's like, fam, like, don't pretend now you hate this thing when you've eaten it on other days. This is what you're eating today. I know you might not feel like it, but this is what you're eating today, innit? Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I'm trying to bring that back, innit? And essentially, yeah, for me, it's like, there's things that I could have done as a child in terms of like, I don't know, like if my mum taught me football and all that kind of stuff, I would have played football more consistently over a longer period of time, whatever it was. If she took me out to just more fun little activities and all that kind of stuff, I might have a bit of a different personality. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Those things I think are important to give them. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And then I'll be real, I'm the one that then, so that's like the food kind of struggle, yeah. Then I'm the one now on the material side of things, yeah, where like my missus was like, she was like, nah, like you can't. I was gonna buy my daughter's like, I don't even want to say her age, but she's young in it. She's young in it. I was gonna buy like the jacket was like £120 or something. It's like All Saints.
Mhm.
Yeah. And my missus was just like, fam, like, come on, like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, why? Like, when scroll down, there's one there, perfectly good. He's like £35, £40, and I was like, do you know what it is? I hear it, man, but I still want them to have nice things, sort of thing. And it's funny because my son's coming into that place now where I've been buying him good stuff,
You know, you see one thing about your son, yeah,
bro.
When it comes to stepping out, yeah, steps very clean still.
Bro,
I feel like, you know,
clean.
I think with men, with boys' clothes, I don't know why, it just looks cooler. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Hey, when your son steps out, yeah.
Nah, and do you know
Very
what it is
clean
as well,
still.
yeah. And the maddest thing is, imagine how long that's been going on for, yeah. And he's unaware,
Mm.
but more recently he's become aware.
Oh, okay.
People have been giving him compliments about what he's wearing in school and all that kind of stuff. So now it's like when it's on clothes day, he wants to wear certain things because it's cool.
It's cool,
Or
yeah.
it's this, that, and the other. And it's like, even though I like that for him, and I felt like when I was going through school, I didn't have the cool stuff in it.
Yeah.
But I might get the, you know, like there's a time when Primark was doing those windbreakers.
Yeah, Shaman jacket.
Yeah.
Yo,
Showerman jacket.
I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky it wasn't Armani. I'm so lucky it was Primark.
Yeah,
That's how I got it. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
yeah.
So I'll get away with a couple things here and there and all that kind of stuff. And what that built was real character and resilience, innit? So now, essentially, one of the things that my missus has been saying to them, which I really recommend or commend or whatever, is like she's saying to my son, like, listen, remember, it's not about the clothes, it's about you. It's about you who's wearing it. That's cool. Not that your clothes are cool. Do you get what I'm saying? He might not fully get it now, but we're gonna keep on jamming that into it.
Yeah.
So I say that to say, yeah, like, if you're going to go down the road of, you're just going to give them everything and anything, then the values that you want to instill in them so they don't get spoiled, you have to go extra hard on that side of things as well. I think what most people will do is a hybrid where they strike a balance where it's kind of like, actually, do you know what? I'm not just going to give you everything. So one of the things I told every parent, I'm like, the power of no. Like, just because I can give it to you, bro, if you wanted to eat 1,000 chocolates today, I can buy it for you. Do you get what I'm saying? But no, like, you're not. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's not healthy, X, Y, Z. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So because of that, routinely, I'll say no. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So, but then routinely, I'll say yes as well because I don't want them to give them, no. So then sometimes it's funny when they come up to me and I know they expect the answer no, and I tell them yes because they're expecting the no. So thinking, do you get what I'm trying to say? So I'll mix it up. I'll mix it up. I don't want to spoil them, and I know I've got the power to spoil them. For example, my son's gonna be 6. Yeah, I'm like, I was like to my missus, I want to get him a P5. Sort of thing, yeah, because do you know what it is? And it's mad because let's say they had a one throw of conversation about it or whatever it is, isn't it? And like, and again, similar to you lot, my missus is like, fam, like, she's like, fam, and this guy, he'll talk about it one day, then the next day he's not, da-da-da. And the annoying thing is that, so one time we was at their cousin's house, and like, he wanted to play the P5 in it. But then people like, not on my, you know, like the older cousins, not on my profile, not on my profile. And I was like, fam, just let me get him his own thing. So he can play it enough, that it's not that you go somewhere else and now you're
guest to play.
do you know what I mean? Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? So I was even thinking about it from that perspective for him. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But at the same time, I had to calm it down. And now it's still a possibility, by the way. But I'm thinking about it more in terms of actually, do you know what? Like, what does that mean? And that's why, you know, when we had Isabella on, Isabella Grace, I was asking her the question about, because she's a gamer, she sees a lot of people in the gaming industry, so she might speak to people and find out, I started gaming from this age or this age. Because I want to know if I bring gaming console, obviously he's already got a Nintendo Switch or whatever, but it's like, if I bring like this kind of gaming console into his life now, what impact is that going to have? And essentially, that brings me back to this kind of final point, is that we're all just figuring it out, bro. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, everyone's trying to catch a balance on the job sort of thing, innit? And we have ideals and we're very strong in our ideals and our principles, and we're like, no, we don't want you to be spoiled. No, you're not just going to get everything that you want just because you can have it and all that kind of stuff, because that's just not how life works. And essentially, I need to prepare you for the real world where there's going to be less, you're not going to have those stabilizers sort of thing. So everything that we can do in that direction, in terms of making sure you got the right values still, so even when you don't have, you know, like when Paul says that he's learned how to manage himself in both seasons, where seasons of plenty and of lack, exactly. So it's kind of like trying to gear them up for that. So one of the things that we've done in that vein more recently is that we had a reset week. Now, a reset week is where we don't buy any. So we've got a chest freezer outside, we've got fridge freezer outside, and we've got a fridge freezer inside. We've got so much freezer food, bro, like that we're just not eating and all that kind of stuff. But every week we literally do like a £200, nearly £200 shop every week now. So it's like, So I said to the kids, we're having a reset week. That means we're not buying anything,
Mm.
and whatever's in this house is what you're gonna eat. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
What was
So-
the reaction?
They were like, obviously they'll question what it
Yeah.
is and what, you know, fam,
Yeah.
my daughter's the one that's gonna question everything and all that kind of stuff. But once she's on board, sort of thing, innit? And then once she's on board, and then once my son's on board, he goes from being a partaker to being an enforcer.
Mm.
So it's now like, no, it's reset week. You can't do that, or you
Yeah.
can't buy that, or this is that and the other. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So then, and to be fair, my daughter kind of took that stance as well. But
Yeah.
essentially, where we ended up was they had to then be more measured with the stuff that they liked and they had.
Mhm.
Because we'll tell them, if you eat all of this stuff
Done.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is going to come, you're not going to have any of this stuff.
Mm.
So manage yourself.
Mm.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? And then it's also like, this might not be the best thing, like, but it's almost moving them away from, this is going to sound crazy, yeah, but moving them away from eating out of luxury and enjoyment, yeah, and moving to a place of sustenance as well.
Mm.
Because sustenance for kids, it sounds crazy, innit? Like, oh, I'm just feeding you so you
I know
can
what you
survive,
mean.
innit?
Yeah, I know what you
But
mean.
it's more of the thing of like,
No, but
If-
bro,
like you're not gonna enjoy every meal, innit?
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm
yeah.
trying to say? Like, and it's almost like just getting you to a place where actually,
also
no, I
you
need to eat
yeah.
to fuel myself, and I need to eat certain things to
Yeah,
fuel
exactly.
myself correctly. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So
No, agreed. Sorry, this is a complete separate point, and we're not going to talk about this. So I shouldn't even say it really, but I want to say it. Yeah. I watched a video, and they were basically saying that just on kids, yeah, raising kids, they had a theory that part of the reason why, in this day and age, like child rearing, children growing up, the reason why child are so naughty, like bad or something like that now, or the way the world is basically, is because of the demise of basically community discipline for kids. So the fact that like your kid can't get disciplined elsewhere except from your house, they linked it to the demise of like basically the state of the world. It was very interesting. It was
no, I
very
do hear it.
interesting.
I think it's a lack of ownership as well, though, because like the same way you don't want someone disciplining your child, you're not going to discipline someone else's, and
Yeah.
because of that, that's why you haven't disciplined someone else's.
Yeah,
So there's also that as well. That's whole skip and rope thing.
yeah, it was funny still. It was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got a dilemma, man.
I swear.
Yeah, we got a dilemma. And it's a long one. It's a long one. So bear with me. I haven't looked at it yet. It actually came through. Oh no, yeah, cool. All right.
There's nothing there.
Yeah, I
It
know, I
actually
know.
came through. Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, because I was gonna say, I thought it came through now, but it didn't come through now. It came through yesterday. All right, cool.
Chai, you really was from yesterday.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some upset people with because I know there's some in there from.
No. We've sorted through. Do you get me?
Yes.
But
All
don't
you
worry,
people,
man.
all you people that do a non, by the way, stop doing it.
Yeah, for real.
The people need to hear it. But, yeah,
All right, cool. So,
as in not a non, but as in you don't want us to
I
read it
don't
out.
read it out. Yeah. Too fair. I didn't even. But yeah. Anyway, let me go. So, hi guys. Hope you're well. I really enjoy the pod, and I have been for a long time. I think you guys are a good part of challenging my perspective and how I view all of this. But keep up the good work and being a light.
Thank you.
But my dilemma, sorry if I'm being a
Appreciate
bit
you.
weird, if it's in bold and blue, don't read it. Okay, cool. Because my church people potentially listen.
Mm.
And sorry it's really long. I just need help and older people's insight and opinions.
For continuity, yeah, when you read the bold blue bit, can you bleep that out?
Yeah, I can, yeah.
But
The
just-
blue bits are there's a lot of blue bits.
Yeah, but then you just have to say bold blue bit and then say it.
There are a lot though. There's a lot.
So how else are we gonna do it then?
I just wasn't gonna. Yeah, we kind of need it because essentially, yeah.
Aye.
That's not that bad though.
Ah.
That's not that bad because
Ah.
no,
The
do you know
whole
what it is? Because
end
it's
bit's blue.
together.
In whole end blue.
Yeah, hot end bit was blue.
But at least the blue bits are together though. Do you get what I'm trying to say? As in that there's a blue bit, a blue sentence, then there's a blue
You know what it is?
paragraph,
What-
and then there's blue.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
That is long, but first.
Okay, let's see. Alright, cool. They've been going to the church, so I'm gonna try and remix some things. Yeah,
Okay.
they've been going to church for let's say 3 to 4 years.
Did they say what church it is?
No,
Okay.
for 3 to I haven't read
It's
all
probably in the
3
blue.
for real 3 to 4 years. So they've been okay. No, they said this bit in black. So they've been going. I've been going to this church now, coming up to 3 years, and I will say if I could see into the future, I would have never joined. is very taxing, especially as a young person. The church is heavily dependent on their youth side because I guess that's where the youth growth is coming from. Nonetheless, I began attending and thought it was a good church, and not too long after I joined. That was when I realized the immense pressure they apply to young people. In brackets, I believe if I didn't attend, I'd probably be elsewhere professionally, but that's on me. So they're saying that it takes their time. There's always a financial issue to give towards, which isn't bad, but I do wonder why they don't manage their finances better as to not be in the predicament. But obviously, I'm not in their finance department. They're quite forthcoming with their needs, but it feels a lot. To add on to that, there's so much pressure to serve in one capacity or another, which isn't bad until you realize that you spend 4 or 5 days in church and are made to feel bad for not coming to all or having to write or not coming to all or have to write a paragraph explaining or justifying yourself to not be perceived negatively. So they have to write a paragraph to say why they weren't there or weren't serving. I like church, but not that much. I feel like I pour so much into it that I'm drained personally and I'm just remaining stagnant. But I also might be lazy too. Okay. Cool. To name some things that rubs me the wrong way, this is all in blue. Yeah. So I'm reading this bit, yeah?
Yeah.
And the last part, that's not in blue, is I know I can leave, but to an extent, I do enjoy the church and would miss some aspects. So the rest is blue. I don't know if I want to read the rest. I think
based on that first part.
Yeah, we'll do it based on the first part. I
Gotta read it. It's good context.
The blue bit is it. I feel like it would make sense, but obviously you've requested that we don't. But essentially, let's just say that a lot of condemnation when they're seen doing things they shouldn't do, shouldn't be doing. There was a lot to that though.
Yeah, there was still.
There was a lot to that. Sorry if it weren't coherent, but it's because of the way that it was written. I had to jump around. So yeah, what do you lot think, man? To be fair, I can even start. Yeah. And I'm not. Look, we're open, honest, and transparent on this podcast, so we're not trying to mince nothing. Yeah. And if it's the church I think it is, yeah. It's so funny because that was a question, isn't it? I think that was one of the questions. Like,
I don't know. You didn't read that out, by the way.
Actually, what's so funny is the title is Am I in a cult or am I just lukewarm?
Oh, wow.
It's funny that you said that. Yeah. But I would say, if it's the church I think it is, I always say that the thing about church, there can be good sides to a church and bad sides to a church, yeah? But a few bits of good don't outweigh a lot of bad.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that's not the way church is meant to function, or most things are not meant to function that way. I think anything that teaches extreme loyalty to a pastor or a church, is completely wrong. The person mentioned that they speak about very negatively and harshly about people who have left the church, and they say, don't let the devil use you. If it's a church I think it is, I've actually heard that similar rhetoric. And by the way, not about, leaving the church and going to
another church.
Like, no, not about leaving the church and just not being a Christian anymore. These are just people who have just left the church and they go elsewhere. Do you get me? And you're spoken about in a negative way. Even if you left the church, you're not Christian anymore. The rhetoric shouldn't be, that person, don't let the devil use you. This person is like that. That shouldn't be the way that we talk about people, right? And especially about Christians, because our aim is as Christians to spread the love of God and to save souls. Do you know what I mean? So I think that rhetoric that if you don't belong to the church, you're evil. You don't belong to the church. I think that's very destructive. And I would not recommend, and I know this is probably harsh and something to use a prayer about, but I don't recommend staying in that church. That's me personally. So this is not the Bible being a banner recommendation. This is my recommendation. I don't think you should stay in the church because I think it can be quite destructive. Like you also mentioned, that you're now making church and God synonymous. Do you get me? So now you're moving away from, now you're not feeling the church no more. That you don't really feel like praying and that no more. You feel like you're moving away, and that's dangerous.
I think a good way to address this is like looking at some of the principles, some that you've already mentioned, like in terms of like God and the church being synonymous. Just calling that a spade a spade sort of thing. So it's almost like church is God, if you get what I'm trying to say, in terms of like you are serving. Because that one is a very blurred line statement basically in it. So I'm not really sure exactly how to discuss that yet, to be honest, because I want to make sure I say it right and I don't want to mess around with semantics, But things like again, the demonizing the people that have left the church, that's an issue. I think things like extreme loyalty to the pastor is an issue. I think again, because we're saying extreme loyalty, by the way, so we're not, because loyalty in itself is not, it's not a problem. Like you should be loyal. You should have a sense of ownership and loyalty, which means that yes, you do serve in the church, you do want to work with the church and all that kind of stuff. So that stuff like that is good, by the way. But we're talking about this extreme nature of it. I think also in general, principles of not holding on to anything too tightly, which means in terms of, and this might be like uncomfortable to hear, but even in terms of like you build fellowship is important. Again, it's important, but then staying in a bad situation or staying in a certain, and let me not say bad situation, staying in a certain place just because of the people is also not what you're called to do either. If anything, it's the opposite of what you're called to do, because you're supposed to spread the word sort of thing. And in doing so, you go out to places where you don't know people, strangers, all that kind of stuff, like the whole evangelist kind of like calling, all that kind of stuff, or the Great Commission in a way. So I think addressing those principles and saying strictly on the principles as a starting point, I think you've got all the signs of essentially red flags, essentially, in terms of like creating a space where it's so hard for you to come out, and anyone that's made it out is demonized, is a massive issue. Yeah,
big one.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
It's literally a like again,
it's such a, in terms of red flags and like,
it's a core characteristic.
When you think of like any sort of characteristic of any type of cult or group or whatever that do this sort of thing, one of the things they're gonna do is they're gonna demonize you if you leave. They're gonna make the thing your life, so you feel as though if you do leave, there's no way you can't function without it. And then there's gonna be a person who is someone that you are supposed to be extremely loyal to, and if you are outside of this thing, you just can't find it. So this is like, it's so red.
Yeah,
it's so red.
The biggest red flag for me actually is the whole drawing you further away from God. So my thing is every sermon, every engagement, most engagements, let me say, because before people start doing semantics, but most engagements with church should bring you and make you want to get closer to God. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Through admonishment, whatever it is, encouragement, all that kind of stuff, it should want you to desire to get closer to God and improve your relationship with God, because we never arrive, sort of thing. So the moment where something is actually pushing you away from God, that's a massive red flag. And you obviously have to deal with why, because it can be on your side as well, certain things, and it can also be on their side. I think there was one other key thing, sorry, that was just just get my mind, but it was something to do with like the church as well.
One other thing that they mentioned, and again, is they're in church a lot.
That's it, yes.
So they're spending a lot of time in church.
Can I just say that as well? So one of the things that we've learned from doing church right as we grow older, right, we are now, let's talk about this perfectly, like let's talk about this properly, not perfectly.
Sorry, you also just that when they've said you spend 4 or 5 days in church in a week. You're made to feel bad for not coming.
Yeah, and you have to
write a paragraph explaining or justifying yourself.
Yeah, and to talk about this properly, our parents, more capacity physically, mentally than us, and in by that full stop, and obviously their upbringing or whatever it is, they spend a lot more time in church than we have ever done. And they had the natural aptitude towards it. That is a slight on us because we should want to be there. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But at the same time, you can also recognize our capacity. And again, let's not burn out. Let's do things in an intentional way in order to serve and be in the church and be present in person, all that kind of stuff. But then also put boundaries in place. So, for example, one of the things I've seen done right in our church that we go to now is periods of rest. So the reason why there was a call for everyone to come and work is so that people can have rest. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So everyone does things in a way that is seamless. So everyone is contributing and everyone is part of this body, right? And everyone's contributing to the church and winning souls and bringing people in and all that kind of stuff. And said the run-ins of things, making sure things run smoothly and run in a way that is enticing for others and all that kind of stuff. But then also doing that at its optimal capacity, or optimum capacity, or whatever is optimal, without burnout. Do you get what I'm trying to
yeah.
say? Now, if someone preaches extreme loyalty with like to the detriment of your mental capacity and all that kind of stuff. And again, understand what I'm saying. Don't come and take this as something that you can now attach to yourself just because you're a bit tired, you're a bit this is that and the other. Like resilience is a thing as well, and do you get what I'm trying to say? But I'm saying in this case where we know it's something extreme, basically 4 to 5 days in church a week, I'll be real with you lot.
Yeah.
That's extreme for me.
That's
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And they spoke about opportunities they've lost
Yeah,
outside of
I
it.
think they'll be further along.
And by the way, the reason why it's hard to talk about these things is because, let's be real, I can come back now and just say, right, but if you lose that opportunity for God, like X, Y, Z,
and I think this is where, and I think this is always the techie part, because this is what the conversation is going to be.
Yeah.
That this is for God, right?
Yeah,
but do you get me? It's for God. You're doing this for God.
Yeah.
But you have to question certain things at times. And like you said about burnout, yeah. And I say this, and please understand what I'm saying, yeah. For God or not, there's a way to run things well, and there's a way to run things wrong.
100%.
Do you get me? There's efficiency. There's a way to run something efficiently, to run it right, and there's a way to run it ineffectively and wrong. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
100%.
And being in church 5 days a week, being burnt out, missing out on opportunities because you're burnt out, having to write a paragraph explaining why you've missed something is not right.
Yeah.
It's actually not the right way of leadership. It's not the right way of running church. You're talking about your finances, yeah? Listen, I had a conversation with a pastor the other day. We were talking about tithing and finances, and we were talking about and again, he has a family. Do you know what I mean? So one thing he's not going to do is tithe everything he has and be like, all right, don't worry, my family will find a way to eat this week. No, because he's called to be a father. Do you know what I mean? It would be irresponsible for him to do that. And the church wouldn't be able to say, no, just give me everything God said. Now, have I heard stories? I remember, like I said, there was a guy who spoke and they got mad bonuses. They were saving up. They worked in investment banking, 2 Christians, and their plan was to retire at like 40 something. And God said to him, leave your job, give a heavy portion away, and work this position. And he said that he was fighting God on it for so long. He said that he went to tell his wife that, look, this is what God is telling me. She was like, thank God, because God was telling me the same thing about. Do you get what I'm saying? So these are not to say that these haven't happened, but don't try and mirror someone else's situation onto your own. That's very important here. That's someone else's conviction to do that. Even double confirmed
that's why I'm
by
so
their
big
partner.
and that's why I'm so big on the parts of testimonies that are important is how did this person engage back with God? Like how did this person then know what to do next? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and that's the bit to emulate. Like, yes, you might be in an identical situation, all that kind of stuff, but their way and the way God has come through for them might not be the exact same way for you. Yeah. And you need to remain flexible. That's one of the things that crushes hope. When you feel like God is going to come through in a certain way and it comes through in a completely different way that you're not even aware of because you was so expectant for route A, basically. But
man, for me, I want to actually make this clear. So obviously, I think we've all made our views pretty clear on the church, right, and the red flags.
Yeah.
But I'll say just on that point about remember, and this sounds so elementary, that God loves you. Do you know what I mean? And God wants a real relationship with you. Yeah. Because often one thing I don't want is the church to because what it was alluded to is that church is impacting their relationship with God.
Yeah.
Do you get me? But don't let that be the case.
So I've got 2 things on that, So our greatest example is obviously Jesus, right? And let's just think about the whole premise of Christianity. It's like, listen, I've got this gift for you. Yeah. You choose whether you want it or not. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it's almost that rather than compelling you to take this gift, that you're forced to have this gift, of salvation, so that's one thing to think about in terms of just that relationship with church and how it should feel. We should be drawn towards God, and through being drawn towards God, want to serve like in the church and all that kind of stuff. You get what I'm trying to say? And yes, sometimes that line is a bit blurred and fudged and all that kind of stuff. So we might do one before the other and all that kind of stuff. Fair enough. But then also, like there is an element of, because the truth is, as much as this is very extreme, and I don't want to just do counter and but what have you done to try and change some of these things, right? So you mentioned you're not in the finance team. Have you had the conversations around finance, or have you tried to be fair, you're there for 4 to 5 days a week. You don't have capacity to take on more, for goodness sake. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, but my thing is also one thing we need to remember was we're not called to be docile as well. So yes, Jesus was calm, meek in nature and all that kind of stuff. But does that ever mean that he didn't speak out against the Pharisees and all the rubbish that they were doing and all that kind of stuff? No, he was very, even in with his gentleness and all that kind of stuff, like he would still speak out in a very clear-cut way against wrong things happening. Or it's almost like it's that way of saying something and challenging the status quo. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I say that to say that we should also be bold in these spaces as well. In church, it's good to be bold. Yes, I know how it's seen. It's seen as insubordination when someone rises up and says, I don't really like the way this thing is done, and da. But that comes back to our leaders and how gracious you are in terms of accepting and actually having that. It's patience. Let's talk about it like properly, sort of thing. Like when my kids are doing a whole leap of madness and all that kind of stuff, and like I want to correct them for what they're doing, I've got two options. I can either snap or I can try and be patient and be like, boom, boom, boom. The easiest route is just to snap and get it over and done with. It's done. I don't have to think about it anymore and all that kind of stuff. But we can't necessarily afford to take that route with everyone, bro, especially in the church. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
And I'm a big proponent, and again, someone might disagree with me. If a church is being ran structurally wrong, so like, as in structurally, I don't believe you should try reform. I think you should leave. Yeah. I think when there's...
I think that one's up for debate. To be honest,
that's my view. If it's structurally wrong...
Outside of this example you're saying?
Outside of this example, in general, if something is structurally wrong, so for example, I believe like if the word is not right...
that's the key, bro.
Do you get me? If the word...
How are you going to try to fix the word, bro?
What I'm saying though, I don't think you should now try and have...
You can't change it.
You can't change... I don't think...
Because that's what they
you should leave. Do you get me? Because ultimately, what's more important is your salvation.
Yeah, of course.
So you shouldn't be... Do you get what I'm trying to say?
This conversation I had the other day literally leaned onto bare these topics, because one of the things we spoke about was that when Jesus talks about separating like fathers from daughters and all that kind of stuff, and actually because of taking up our cross daily and following Christ, that does mean that if our family are involved in some certain practices that are contrary to the word of God, we are not partaking in that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it's exactly what you're saying in terms of the church. So if the word is wrong, and it's contrary to the word of God and all that kind of stuff, bro, pick up your cross.
Do you get me? But listen, I know we've said a lot. But I think what I want to end on is three things. One, I think there are a lot of red flags in the church, and I think you need to seriously consider whether that's where you want to be. Like if this was my younger brother, my younger sister, my advice is leave. That's my advice. Any young brother, younger sister. So that's number one. Number two, I would say that don't let this experience in church impact your relationship with Christ. Like I said, Christ loves you more than you can ever imagine. So don't look at it in that way. Don't look at it as like, oh, because the church is doing this to me, this is God. No. The first thing I'd say, and again, there's way more, but I'll just say that. The first thing I say is ensure that in your life that you're not reliant on church for your spiritual growth. So I know you said you're going to church 4 or 5 times. But I don't know what time you have to for personal prayer and personal Bible study. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But I would say make those an anchor of your life. Like make it an anchor of your life to spend time with God in your closet, as the Bible talks about, to make sure you're praying, you're reading your word, supplement yourself. I know in a lot of these type of churches, it would be you'll be dissuaded from listening to other sermons. You'll be dissuaded from listening, and don't be. Do you get me? Because the word of God is out there. Listen to good, reputable preachers who are preaching the word of God. Go and listen. Go and supplement your faith. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Don't rely on solely. Don't let church be your crutch. That's the only thing you use. And once you've been separated from that, it means that. And when I say church, sorry, I mean that church. Do you get me? Because you should go to church, but this church is really questionable.
Yeah, the last thing I'll say on it is just to learn from this as well. So learn from all of the different. So even we're talking about periods of rest. So now start building boundaries, and not boundaries isn't the right term that I'm looking for, but build a plan for when you get to a place of exhaustion. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Build a plan before you get to the place of exhaustion, so you know that you're heading that way and you need to build some resting. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Wherever you go next, wherever you serve next. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And another thing I was going to say that we need to do is signposting, because it's one thing to say the resolution is to leave, but it's go where. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And do what? Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I think we definitely need to kind of address that kind of side of things. And again, there's a lot of people out now looking for churches. Obviously, there's content around churches and all that kind of stuff. We have some churches that we can recommend. But at the same time, there's a mindset, a posture that you have to, a space that you need to be in whilst you're visiting other churches. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because otherwise, you might see something that mirrors certain behaviors and essentially think it's a red flag immediately, but it might not be. But yeah, so learn from this, which means when you need rest, building it in. When you've got things that you feel like God is telling you to do outside of church, you need to have space and time for that. So that also needs to be built in with your boundaries. Again, I don't really like that word sometimes because it's a bit passive aggressive sometimes, but we're saying it in the right way, basically. And then in terms of still actively look for another church where, again, the word is sound, it's Bible based. The people there behave in a way that shows you that they're developing a relationship with God, and that's the key thing that's paramount to them, if essentially. That's where I'll leave it for now.
Yeah. No,
and we can recommend some churches, so just reach out to us and we'll...
Yeah, I agree with both of you, man. It's just stuff like this, it gets to me so badly. Like it annoys me so much, innit? And this isn't the way that church is supposed to be. Like, this experience of church is not the way it's supposed to be. So many like red flags and just things that just point towards like, nah, this isn't a good place to be in, innit? And I know obviously it's something that's quite difficult, specifically because of the way that these things are structured, innit? But again, it's one of the ones where you're gonna have to, But yes,
and just on that point as well, like you said as well, church is one of the only things that, or it was one of the few things, where because of what one person's done, the whole faith is painted with a certain colour. Don't let that be your story either. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Because that's not the case. That's might be you could talk about bad apples and all that kind of stuff. I know people don't like that kind of conversation or connotation and all that kind of stuff. But yes, there are bad apples. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So just because one church is doing things a certain way, that doesn't mean all churches do it that way, basically, So just remember that.
But yeah, man. Yeah, we'll follow up. Like, please follow up with us.
Yeah.
And then let's talk more. Because I feel like there's more. And obviously, there were bits that we couldn't read out as well.
Yeah.
So obviously, let's talk more. But yeah, man.
But yeah, actually, I like the fact that they at least still sent it in and said bits of it. Don't say rather than don't say everything. Do you get? So because people can actually learn from this. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Definitely.
And yeah, man. But again, Arsenal won the Premier League.
Yeah.
Champions of England.
Let it
all work out. Don't let it all work out in this church, by the way. But
honestly.
But yeah, it will work out in Jesus' name, man.
Amen.
But yeah, love every single time.
Yeah, man. Love.